Sponsored locally by Millsair.
Millsair, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at Crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at Crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
It's the Freedom Sale at Greenway Kia, where Central Florida's largest Kia inventory is tariff-free and marked down thousands off MSRP. Make your summer extra hot in a new 2025 Kia K4 LXS. Lease it for just $119 a month, 24 months, $36.25 due at signing, and zero security deposit. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Kia. Click or visit greenwaykias.com today.
Qualified applicants through KFA includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 8/15/25.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
In a market full of noise, trust the Nichley Group to give you straight answers and smart real estate advice. The Nichley Group, Orlando's home team. Thinking of buying or selling a home quickly? Just call Nichley and tell them Jim Colbert told you to call. Nobody does guaranteed cash offer on your home better than the Nichley Group. Get your own team of local experts. Secure more money twice as fast. Real experts that get real results. The Nichley Group with Keller Williams Realty. Visit thenichley.com.
Do you know a teacher that desperately needs a vacation? Well, I'm here to help. I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'm giving one lucky teacher a free cruise. All you have to do is nominate them at justcallmo.com/cruise. That's justcallmo.com/cruise.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Okay.
Isn't that a funny name?
What about my electrical?
Pickleball.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, it's like miniature tennis.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work in your home, you need a trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve any dilemma. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it, we've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a Farah fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Hey, Tinsley, why don't we use EasyCater to order food for staff lunches?
Because my 46-page acronym system is so easy. I just have to salad, stay alert to late arriving deliveries, pie, put in expenses, and Google Pie. Go out and get everyone's preferences and allergy information.
That's supposed to be simple?
No, simple is Stephen, Irma, and Margie prefer lasagna and empanadas.
OMG.
No need to make work life more complicated. Just use EasyCater, the easy way to get food for work.
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reeswindows.com.
Millsair in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, July 10th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from do you accept my apology to an obnoxious woman goes viral after a flight on a plane, and why is there so much drama around the Superman movie, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
Howdy.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your messages rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Not bad. Pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
How is karaoke?
I'm sorry?
Oh, karaoke is what he's talking about.
Oh, you know what? After the super scary lightning strikes all around me, turned out to be a fun time. People showed up. We got our sing on.
Did you almost get struck by lightning on the way to your karaoke event?
Absolutely. No, when I had electrical equipment in my hands, I'm like, this is the time where I become my own PA speaker and die.
Oh, yeah, it's not good. That's not a fun time.
Fun. Did you hear otherwise?
No. Yes.
There's a chat room full of people in there. Oh, boy.
Karaoke.
No. It went well, it sounds like, though. But and plus, just like the idea that you survive something, it's like that. Is there a word for what happens after you skydive when you're like
adrenaline?
Adrenaline rush, like that.
Or in your dad's case, break both legs?
Or you break both legs if you're my dad. Yes, yeah. But most people tend to get the adrenaline rush.
I believe they call it the word is dual bone fracture.
Yeah. For him, it was a different vibe, but strangely enough, he was still in a very good mood. That's how there's something to it, I think.
I'm sure breaking his legs hurt less at the moment because of the adrenaline of the skydive.
It's true. If there wasn't all that adrenaline in there, who knows what would happen. I've done this before. I've had moments of adrenaline.
Oh, same.
Like one time I was wandering around the house in the middle of the night because I thought there was an intruder. And it was like one of those things recording. He's like, what was that noise? And you wander around the house and then you stub your toe by kicking the kitchen island and you don't feel it as much. Right. Because you are in the midst of trying to rescue everybody in the house. So yes, I know what this feels like. I know it's very, very similar feeling.
Speaking of the crazy, scary storm yesterday, were you able to get your mile in?
I did.
What was the time?
Did you run it? Jog it? What are we talking here?
I went out after the show because if you missed the show, here's what I said, and people were ripping me to shreds, saying I was out of my mind. It would never happen. Never happened. I just couldn't pull it off. Oh, I think one of the ones I most commonly got was, you're too old, a lot of that kind of stuff. And I said, hey, you know what I'd like to do? I think I can do. I want to run a mile, and I want to see if I can do it under 7 minutes, like just barely breaking 7 minutes. I'm not a lunatic. I don't think I could break a 4-minute mile. That's crazy. I can't 5, 6, whatever. But 7 minutes, like 6:59. I feel like maybe if I put some actual work into it, even at 44 years old, I can maybe still pull this off. And so yesterday I go out and I'm doing like the 2.5 mile route that I do. But the first mile I tried running.
See you, Courtney.
And she's a runner. She runs 5-10 miles every day. Like she's a runner. She's out there blazing it up. And I went as fast as I could.
I don't know. ChatGPT made stuff like this.
It's real. This is real.
It seems AI to me.
It's not AI. I promise you. This is real. I started my run and I'm blazing and I'm thinking, if only they could see me now. I'm going so fast. I wish a cop was like hitting me with a radar. And I got one full city block and then I said,
I'm gonna throw up.
I look at the app that everybody told me to download to time this thing, and it says I've gone 0.1 mile. Ooh. And I go, well, here we go.
All you need is 0.9 more. 11:29 is better than I would have done.
I ended up getting right at 1 mile. I got 11 minutes and 29 seconds, right? Which I don't think is crazy. I will tell you, without a doubt, I could have bested 10 minutes. I could have bested 10 minutes without a shadow of a doubt. But this was with walking and stuff. You know, I was not able to run for the entirety of the time. My stamina is not up. This is going to be good for me all around. It's going to improve. It's going to improve my bedroom performance too.
Okay. Is this around the time that you always do these sprints?
No, this is earlier than I usually. It was so hot out there. It was so hot. So it's way earlier than I usually go out there and do this. But I was like, let me get this done. It's going to rain. And I did it. I did a mile running and walking in 11 minutes and 29 seconds.
I think that's a good pace. And then I continued on.
I did 2.5 miles total or something. But I did 11:29, which is, I think, a good starting point, everybody. Okay? I'm
with you. I think that is really good. I'm not being sarcastic. I promise.
I will say it does not seem like it's going to be easy to break 7 minutes. 10 minutes, I can 1,000% do. 9 minutes, I can.
Well, you got
200% do. But I in 1 year, I hope to only get this 1 second under 7 minutes,
oh my God,
and then
I
I'll
can
be
see
the goal.
it now. You're going to join a running club. And running club is a lot like theater kids or CrossFit people that they all hang out all the time and do the running things, but they also drink together and have house parties. I have a friend who, her and her husband were runners. And so, for a little bit, the house parties that I went to of hers, I felt like a runner.
Yeah.
Everyone was significantly more fit than me. And once they started to talk about the running jargon, I was out. But there is a community there for you to join.
Bit of a problem.
What's up?
When you were with the runners, did you pick up on what they wear when they were running? Because I was informed when I got back that my outfit was ridiculous for
everything's supposed to be pretty light from what I understand. And then they have a bra thing.
Can you not wear just I'm not wearing a bra. Can I wear I wore a t-shirt and it was like, you're wearing a t-shirt to run?
Wear a tank top so that your arms can move.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to draw any more attention to myself than I already have, but we'll see how it all goes. Is Wasson running in Velcro Skechers? No. No, I got suckered into the I don't have Converse at all right now. I don't even wear those. You keep doing that. Hang on. Here's what I wear. Let me bring them up here because I'm so fast in these things. I got these Brooks. I got the Brooks
running shoes.
Which, by the way, great Prime Day sale on the Brooks. They're usually $140 or $150, $99 right now. They are indeed my magic shoes, and boom! I was flying in these things yesterday. What a time! All right, anyhow, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours, and we go to New York City. Everybody,
New York City.
That's right. That's where the current mayor, at least for now, Eric Adams, made a video because he's got a lot of pressure. He's got the socialist guy, Zohan or whatever, who's the leader coming up against him for the mayoral race. Don't mess with Zohan. You've got Mamdani, that guy. You've got Adams. Cuomo may run again. I don't know. Everybody is either corrupt or a gooner. That's what the New York mayoral race is. It's corrupt or gooner. That's the game that they're playing. So the socialist guy is breezing through with all the Park Slope voters. And to combat that, New York City Mayor Eric Adams is like, oh, I know what goes viral. Viral brings me attention. Viral wins races. Morning routines go viral. Remember the guy that did the morning routine?
Which was ridiculous.
It's like he was putting banana peels on his face, splashing his face in water. Yeah. So Eric Adams does that. Let's go to his video. Here it is right here.
God will be done.
7 a.m.
If God needs for me
8 a.m.
to continue to be the mayor of this great city, I'm going to do the work, and God is my guiding light.
I have many, many questions already that I'm going to point out here, which I'm sure you guys might have picked up on. Number one.
Do we think this time is real?
Okay. It says 7:59. But as you hear the voiceover, all Mayor Eric Adams is doing is he'll put on a shirt and then 5 minutes have passed.
But we're also getting just quick snippets, which I feel like the editing is off, Do we need to see the entirety of you ironing a shirt, Mayor?
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the time and think about what he's doing as this time is supposedly running by. 7:59 a.m. is when he starts.
God will be done.
Okay, washing his face. It's 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
Continue to be the mayor of this great city. I'm gonna do the work, and God is.
I mean, if we look at by the time he goes into his closet, at 8:12 a.m.
I'm gonna do the work.
All right. He's in there. It's been a minute.
And God
he was in his closet for 2 minutes. What kind of man is in his closet for 2 minutes? That can't be right. All right. So he's still got.
I like to say I turned on my GPS, my God positioning satellite.
God positioning satellite.
And all I have to
I'm
do
sorry.
is
Does he live in a restaurant?
He's getting his breakfast ready.
be the person that I've always been, and
he's got a nice ass kitchen.
Yeah.
That taxpayer dollar.
Based on the outcome of the election, this has been a rich 40-year public service history, and it is filled with ups and downs.
All right, so he's getting everything ready. He's doing his whole thing, right? Here's one of the mild problems for Mayor Eric Adams. I'm just going to grab a screenshot here. Now, it says 9 a.m. at this point on his video. Well, for those of you who aren't Gen Z, you might be able to still read an analog clock. And when it says 9 a.m. on Eric Adams' video on the screen, the clock in the background clearly says it's 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. It ain't 9 a.m., buddy.
It is not impossible that he hasn't changed the batteries in that bad boy.
It is not 9 a.m. This man is lying to you. That's the problem. That's why none of these people are going to get voted over the socialist guy. You got liars and gooners and corrupt politicians, and nobody trusts any of them,
Or a
okay?
politician who is not, changing the batteries in the analog clock.
This guy is lying. That's what happens. Mayor Adams is lying to everybody. It ain't 9 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock. And I'll tell you what. Let's say he wasn't changing his clock. That's worse. That's worse. I would never elect for somebody who wouldn't even bother to take the time to change the batteries in his analog clock to make sure it reflects the accurate time of day. This is tiny human engineering stuff that anybody should be able to do.
Or pay somebody to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at his house, right? We all saw that kitchen. He's got enough cash to be able to do that.
If you pan the camera to the right, it looks like you're in a house kitchen. But if you swivel back over to the left, it looks like you're on Top Chef. There's just like there's
Gordon
pots
Ramsay.
and pans hanging everywhere. There's Saratoga spring water in the background. That guy's got a kitchen, man.
Like, look at this. Come on, you're Eric Adams. You ain't making enough food to use all those pans in that kitchen. You're lying about the time.
He's in a restaurant.
It looks like a restaurant.
Very
Maybe
strange.
he is. Maybe who knows?
Is that
He's
a
the mayor, right?
full grill top?
Inside where he's supposed to be getting ready. There's little plastic containers and Saran wrap next to him.
He's in a restaurant.
Yeah, and by the way, 1 minute passed between when he was ironing his shirt and then being in this room. You're a liar, sir. Come on. We know what's going on with you. This is grifting at its best. And
or like
we
Eric
got
Adams.
Oh, got him.
Nice.
Got him. Hardest hit. Meanwhile.
Worst thing that happened to New York in quite a few years.
Quite a few? Any particular time point you want to travel back to?
20-ish.
Meanwhile, in the White House, a discussion, and this is now, what is it? This is a year on from when there was an attempt on President Trump's life. Everybody remembers he was in Butler, Pennsylvania.
We were at a bowling charity event.
The security was better at the bowling charity event than it was at the Butler speech that Trump was at.
It depends on who you ask.
Well, yeah, I mean, the shooter thought it was fantastic. Real easy just to crawl on top of the building, get your gun set up and all that good stuff. Start scoping out the president, during the speech and all of that. So a year on, we learned that, number one, there's been a suspension of 6 agents from the Secret Service in connection with that attempt, who were targeted and tasked with protecting Trump at the time. But yesterday they talked about some new threats coming in for Trump. And you just never expect the conversation to go these ways. So here's how it went down to the White House.
There is an Iranian official who says you, President Trump, have done something that he can no longer sunbathe in Mar-a-Lago. As you lie there with your stomach to the sun, a small drone might hit you in the navel. It's very simple. Do you think that's a real threat?
Okay, so this is, I think, Fox News asking, Iran has threatened to drone bomb Trump while he's sunbathing. All right?
First of all, that image.
Drone bombing Trump while he's sunbathing is going to be a very difficult task.
Oh, I meant the sunbathing part.
Maybe in Iran, they don't know what happens with rich people in the United States of America, but just for the Iranians out there and the Iranian government listening in today, I will the rich people don't actually go out in the sun. Okay? They don't actually go out in the sun.
That's right. So spray tan.
How do you feel about this? Are you scared they're going to be bombed while suntanning?
Send Iran a picture of Zuckerberg. You know, doing whatever that thing he was doing, kite surfing or something.
Where he was on that little airfoil surfboard thing.
Yeah.
Well, here he is.
I think I described it well. That's,
you can tell you've done it a lot. Trump is talking about how there's a threat to him if he's sunbathing.
And when is the last time you went sunbathing anyway?
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I don't know. Maybe I was around 7 or so.
7.
I'm not too big into it.
Okay, I want to stop there.
Follow-up question. Can you explain then the color of your skin?
Do 7-year-olds sunbathe? Or
No.
does he mean like an incidental sunbathing? When
7-year-olds do not lay out by the pool. 7-year-olds jump in the pool.
Yeah. I remember being 7 years old. I don't ever remember folks.
Once I was 7 years old.
I'm going to lay out on this chaise lounge for a little bit here and get some sun. Probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I guess it's a threat.
I guess it's a threat. He says they're going to try to drone bomb Trump while he's soaking in the sun. They'll have to get him elsewhere, probably at the spray tan facility. That's what happens. On those Secret Service agents, yeah, indeed, there was 6 of them that were suspended. They were supposed to be protecting Trump at that 2024 event, and just now they've finally been suspended. But here's Fox talking about that real quick to kick us off today.
We're learning tonight 6 Secret Service agents that were connected to Trump's Butler assassination attempt have been suspended. This comes just days shy of the shooting's anniversary. The identities of the agents suspended are unknown. But sources say their roles range from supervisory positions to line-level agents. We'll continue to monitor this story and bring you any updates as they come.
Yeah, they don't have much on it so far, but they know that some of these Secret Service agents, if I was suspended for something I did on this show a year after I did it, I'm going to be honest with you, I would have totally forgot the thing that I did wrong.
Yeah.
I would have totally missed the boat on that.
It's kind of hard to forget, that thing.
Well, I mean...
Wait, what?
Some of the things that I would be punished for, a year later, I would have gone, wait, what did I do wrong?
And then they'll say, play the clip.
And but also, it would be in the radio station's best interest to not have us continue for a year after a big screw-up. I mean, a big enough screw-up.
Very true. All right, real quick, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Some emails rolling in here. Jonathan emails the show. He talks about the click-to-cancel insanity. We talked yesterday about how they screwed up this whole click-to-cancel thing, which would have made it so in about a week, you would have been able to, with everything that you sign up for, every single recurring monthly thing, they would have been forced to have made it easy for you to cancel, just as easy to cancel as to subscribe, which is obvious and the bare minimum we can demand. Jonathan says, there are some services that require you mail a certified letter in order to cancel the service. Keep in mind, these services are just like any other that you sign up with one click online. Louis Rossman on YouTube has done a bunch of videos on different types of services that are incredibly difficult to cancel. He's also a giant right to repair advocate. I'm all for that, by the way. If you have not heard of him, I would highly recommend you check out his channel. I'll see if I can remember that, Jonathan. Over to Sport, who emails the show and says, the news junkie has changed me. Where do you think he's going? Where is he going? The news junkie has changed me, he said.
Toilet plume?
I'm going to give you the first sentence. All right? And I'm going to give you a ... You tell me how we have changed his life. All right? This says, I'm a 44-year-old, is young whippersnapper.
Sounds old to me.
I'm a 44-year-old sports-loving husband and father of a 23-year-old young lady. I enjoy fishing. I enjoy woodworking. I enjoy a nice glass of Crown every now and then. And now because of the news junkie, ...
Ooh, Barracuda. He drinks the weed seltzer.
It's a good guess. I've had so many people come up to me. I don't know if you guys have heard this too. And they'll be like, man, these weed seltzers, the THC seltzers are a godsend.
They're going places.
That's not it.
Couldn't sleep before this, and now it's easier not to drink as much every night. They are a godsend. They've changed my life, and a lot of other people that have come up to me. Not that. I'm sorry. You're wrong, Sabrina. Good guess. Not that. What is it, Celia? What do you think?
All right. What did he cite in his letter before that?
I enjoy fishing, woodworking, a nice glass of Crown Royal every now and then. And now because of the news junkie, I enjoy ...
Oh, I now have the answer.
Hold tight.
C-Lane, you know what it is.
Love Island.
Mm-hmm. Love Island.
I now enjoy Love Island.
That's right, baby.
My day used to have thoughts in my brain like, I wonder if Aaron Judge is going to homer tonight for the Yankees. And now I'm having thoughts like, I don't think Olandria and Nick are going to make it. The good news is me and my daughter text every day. So thanks, News Junkie. Keep up the work.
We got to have a watch party.
I'm
going to find a watch party somewhere to host because
that's fun.
This next week is going to be juicy.
Yeah, I mean,
did you guys vote?
I know. No, I'm not a voter.
I just did the Google Voice number. It's fine.
I like to sit back and watch. I want to watch what goes down here. I do think it's getting more boring at the end because there's less of like the chaos going on, but I still enjoy it. It's such a guilty pleasure show. So to all the haters, fine. And to all the people who finally come on board and put it on in the background, great times.
They hate us because they hate us.
Great times. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to, I want to ask everybody a question about restaurants because there's a huge controversy I've seen in the last 24 hours. I just want to see how everybody feels about this. This is something I don't know if we've ever gotten into on this level on the show. So let us know what you think when we come back with this one, all right? That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Good morning. Keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle off to the shoulder getting cleared up here on I-4 westbound near Darrell Carter Parkway. There's a crash getting cleared up here on a pop. Call the Valvoline instant oil change traffic tip line at 866-677-7777.
Hey, everybody.
From the traffic center of James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid.
Might I say, you look fantastic today. All right? You look fantastic today. And the cameraman does as well. How are we doing? What do you think? Thoughts on my 1 mile time, my first 1 mile time? 11 minutes and... How long? 11 minutes and 29 seconds. I had to run that last, tenth of a mile as fast as I could. My legs are killing me. Because I wanted to get in under 12 minutes, but 11 minutes and 29 seconds. How did I do? Chat, let me know. Biha says, what are you apologizing for today? Biha, we'll get into that. We will get into that in a bit. You know, Sean, I'm proud of you, attaboy. Thank you. I'll take it. I will take it. Good job. I might start running again also. I don't know where that, honestly, the boost came from a YouTuber, this milquetoast, fun, easy to watch YouTuber named Ryan Trahan. And he's currently doing a thing where he goes to all 50 states and stays in an Airbnb or whatever. Just simple, good content, good-hearted stuff. And he's trying to run a mile in every state. And when I was watching and seeing him run, I was interested in the timing of it and challenging yourself, and so I wanted to do that. But I think I'm gonna have to I'm not gonna run today. I think I'm gonna walk 2.5, 3 miles for the next 2-3 days, and then run again. And then I don't want to overdo it. It's a great start. Keep going and get it better. I think I could do better. But I gotta tell you, like, just the idea of being able to run without stopping for 1 mile is very daunting.
One thing you definitely do not want during rainy season is a leaky roof. That's why I got to call my friends at Eustace Roofing. They have supplied Central Florida with quality roofs since
My best attempt at a mile is 100 yards. You can do it. You can do it.
Eustace Roofing covers all of Central Florida. Act now and get 10% off.
Ryan Trey ran, am I right? No, you are not right. Bear Lova says, do we have video evidence that Sean actually ran? Here's the video evidence you have. I, in being an honest person with you all the time on this show, am telling you that I honestly did that. And right when I hit 1 mile, I hit a screenshot. Hello? Hi. You gonna try and beat my time? Good luck out there. Huh? Right here.
Yeah.
But I could probably run today, but I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah. I have to tell you something real fast.
What? Oh, you need me to mute the microphone?
No, don't.
I'm telling everybody. Yeah, I'm telling
Tell them
everybody.
later. You can tell them once I get back.
I'm telling everybody.
Yeah.
All right. Be safe.
Thank you.
Are you getting a snack wrap later?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Well, how did you forget? You've been talking about the snack wrap every single day for 3 weeks, and now today, the day the snack wrap comes out.
I forgot.
My God. Okay.
Hey, baby.
Bye. See you later. Did she save another worm? I don't know. Maybe. By the way, somebody go.
The worm needed help.
The worm is stupid. Step on the worm next time.
No.
Okay.
It aerates the ground.
It aerates the ground?
Yes.
Why is that of your concern?
That's how we get grass and trees.
Get out of here. Somebody redeemed on Twitch one of the final 3 divots stickers. Reminder to our Twitch people. If you redeem something, I do not know. I do not see this. It doesn't do anything. You have to send me an email after you redeem it. Then I'll confirm, and then I'll send you what you're looking for. Send me an email afterwards with your name and your address so I can send it somewhere. But there may only be one of the divot stickers left. 2 minutes. Vicky says, I got to biking 8 to 10 miles in 1 hour, but laid off lately. Coming back to me quickly, though. That's great. That's far, too. If I can get a 4 mile fast-paced walk in around 15 minutes, I'm good. That's pretty quick, actually. If you're doing 4 miles in 15 minutes, no, you're not doing 4 miles in 15 minutes. No way. You're the fastest walker alive. How did I almost fall for that? You're not doing 4 miles in 15 minutes walking? Oh, an hour and 15 minutes. It says an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, we're coming back.
So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of
I was a little confused.
regular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness that come and go. With anything, risk of stroke remains.
Guy was walking those 3-minute miles. Fastest walker ever. Malcolm in the middle.
Fit, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey there, history fans.
iHeartRadio brings you a brand new history podcast.
It's called American History Hotline,
where you ask the question,
what is political technology?
Did George Washington really cut down a cherry tree?
Were JFK and Marilyn Monroe having an affair?
And American History Hotline gets to the bottom of it.
I'm so glad you asked me this question.
This is such a ridiculous story that we tell ourselves because we don't want to know the real story.
Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search American History Hotline and listen now
Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reesewindows.com.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This
The three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. That's what we do around here. We have some fun and we talk about everything everybody else is talking about. Join us, subscribe to the podcast, or find out how you can watch live on YouTube and Twitch at thenewsjunkie.com. Before you go eat at another restaurant, you need to listen to what is about to happen on this show. All right?
Okay.
Yesterday after the show, I was in the News Junkie Discord, and I saw people posting something. And it's something that goes viral a lot. Like, if you're a news channel, if you're like a local news channel, it's one of the most likely to go locally viral stories you can do. It is one of the most likely to go locally viral stories. It is one of the stories that I get, and I go, who should I share this with?
Oh, I almost guarantee I know what you're talking about.
I don't do that much.
It was the talk of the local subreddit.
All right, okay. I want to hear what you're going to say about this
too. The talk of Facebook.
I mean, for me, this type of news story is the one that I get, and I'm like, all right, let me think about this. I'm actively going to share this, and that's the way they do it. That's why they publish these stories. And then I go, who in my Rolodex would be interested? Oh, okay, I know who to send this to. And the stories that I'm talking about are when local news does reports about these food inspections at restaurants. And they'll go 5, and they are always vague on purpose. 5 popular local restaurants shut down after shocking health inspection reports. Right? And when you see that, there's very few people locally who are not going to click. You go popular, that means I probably have been there, or my friends have. And shocking, as in these health inspection reports are gross and nobody will ever want to eat at one of these places again. And I'm going to be real before I get into what happened here. I know C-Lane's probably seen this discussion, and
I know exactly which place you're talking about.
I want to twist it into to a larger conversation after this. But the first thing I want to do is I want to tell you, I'll be honest with you, these stories do change my behaviors in the way that I think about going to eat at places. There was a place you guys might remember in downtown. There was a Euro place that was open late at night, and I used to go there all the time. All the time. Go get drunk at the bar. You'd walk by this place. They had I forgot what they call it. What do they call it, Sealam? And they have the Euro up on like the spit thing, and they're shaving it down.
That's good enough.
Whatever that's called. Shawarma, whatever that is. They had that up at this place. And I would go in there and I'd be like, I'm drunk, get me a Euro. And it was great, right? And then I remember one day it was like, go to the local news website and it says, downtown Greek eatery shut down after shock health concerns, you know? And, oh, no!
And then for a minute, we were using this app because we got so grossed out by this place that we were checking every place.
And that's a bad idea, too. Like,
yes.
If you just look at every place you go to and you bring up the app and you look at what their latest health inspection score is, because you're looking at the world through a different lens.
You need to read carefully. You can't just go like based on number of violations, because some of the violations are fixed on the spot and they're very basic, like not having something labeled properly. If you made a homemade dressing and you don't have the sticker on it that said this was made on Monday or something, they knock you for that. In certain cases, if it's a place that has like silverware or plasticware just out for the grabbing, and all the forks are up instead of down or down instead of up. Like
That's not that bad.
A rag in a bucket.
Rag in a bucket, yeah.
In the case of the Greek place downtown, that after I saw this, I never went back to again. It had said that there was roaches crawling on the Euro meat thing.
And rats.
Rats everywhere, like rats crawling on rats. And I said, I'm never going to this place again. And
one of the violations in the offending restaurants, one of the more basic ones, was like there was a door to the outside that like the threshold wasn't completely sealed so you could see outside. Like, and I was like, I think one of my doors would violate that rule.
Right. Sometimes it's not that bad. And you go, they're just getting hammered by a food inspector. But Sea Witch says, I never eat on YouTube at a restaurant until I check the health inspections. Most people would be shocked. I agree with you. And I don't think there's a problem with doing what you're doing, but it does make eating a different experience because you're not thinking about like, oh, this could be fun. I'm going to go to this place. You look at everything through the lens now of all the health inspection reports. And sometimes you're like, oh, hell yeah, let's go over to this place. I want some delicious barbecue today. And you look and you see a D and you go, oh man,
Big fat D.
Now I'm not in the mood for barbecue.
For dinner.
Because the barbecue place is filthy and vile. And the place that was in the story this week is a very popular restaurant. In fact, for those of you who aren't local, it's like in the Michelin Guide and all that stuff. And they were forced to close their doors following a visit from a health inspector. It's also an expensive place. Like meatballs are crazy prices here, like a regular pizza. I got Courtney a $100 pizza from the place one time or something like that. Like, it's ridiculous, but they got hammered with this bad health inspection report, and it brought me to this place in my head where I wanted to ask some questions to you today, okay? Number one, do you look at these like Sea Witch? Do you look at the health inspection reports before you go to places? Does that factor in with you?
Oh.
Number two, if you hear that a place got a bad health inspection report, will you write it off? Will you be like, I'm never going there again? Bad health inspection report. Gross. I want to be safe. That's the second question for everybody.
Okay.
And the third thing that I want to throw out for people to consider is, isn't it possibly true? I think you might know where I'm going here. That there is no better time to visit these restaurants than after they've recovered for the bad health inspection report.
I don't know. Not when it comes to rodents.
I'll tell you what. I was in a text thread about this that went down during yesterday's show.
Okay.
And all three of the options that you just laid out were voiced by somebody in the text thread. There was one person.
Really?
One person said, I'll never go there again. One person said, I have $100 gift card and those meatballs slap. and the next person said, well, don't you think the best time would be to go right after they open their doors because all of these things would be cleaned up?
Yeah.
Sabrina doesn't agree. I think like if I look at it like a plane crash, the next day after an airline has a plane crash, I think probably pretty safe right now.
I hear you, but we're not talking about a plane crash. We're talking about rodents, dead and alive and pooping everywhere. And is it really clean? How'd they get there in the first place?
But they have to respond to those reports by going nuts to clean so that they can get it back open. I feel like that's the safest time. So question for everybody. Now the questions are out there. Do you look at these health inspection reports? Will you never go back if you see a bad one? And is it maybe the best time to go after they get a bad one? Let us know how you feel. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com or send us a dispatch right now. Sorry. Allergies today. We don't need to really name the restaurant. People will find it if they want to. I just feel bad because sometimes I look at these things and I think their report, Celine, you looked into their report. It was pretty bad, right?
Yeah,
like it was pretty bad.
It was accumulation of dead or trapped birds, insects, rodents, or other pests.
You said birds?
Well, guys, hold on. Stop, calm down.
Live ones?
Stop, calm down. This is the name of the rule that they violated.
Oh,
now,
okay. I see.
They named, that's another thing. When you got to read these carefully. They name the rule, and then they describe the violation. So the rule is you cannot accumulate dead or trapped birds, insects, rodents, or other pests in controlled devices.
You wouldn't want a law that said Christopher Lane can't drive 40 miles over the speed limit, and also you're not allowed to diddle little kids. And then they go, Christopher Lane is in violation of this law. And you go, no, let's separate those laws. So, like, I feel like those...
Yeah, but is one worse than the other? I mean, would you prefer dead birds?
Oh.
Yes.
In the case of my example,
the restaurant stuff, not Sean's example.
In the case of my example, we're all in agreement that one is definitely worse than the others. You don't speed 40 miles over the speed limit. It's ridiculous.
So it was one dead rodent on a sticky trap on the floor under server station. 2 dead rodents on sticky trap on the floor behind equipment in cook line.
It sounds like you're singing a kid's song.
For a total of 3 dead rodents.
3 dead rodents, 2 trap birds, 1 cockroach.
It sounds like you're singing that "No More Monkeys Jumping on the Bed" song right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to know what everybody thinks about this and how you react to this stuff, because these stories are, and I bet, Sabrina, I bet you've shared stuff like this before.
Yes.
You see a place that you and your friends go to and you go, did you guys see the story?
Nasty.
It's crazy when this happens. So give us your reaction to this. tips@thenewsjunkie.com, or send us a dispatch, right now. We will get into your responses in just a bit here on the show. We got a hockey fight on the golf course that is just glorious, and the news stories that are just coming out about this. We got a fight on a plane to get into, lots of fights. Believe it or not, Love Island will work its way in, and apologies, all of this. A very busy show today. Don't miss any. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's like a live podcast that happens every afternoon on your radio. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Millsair.
Happy Thursday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And today we'll see the return of some afternoon showers and storms, about a 40 to 50% chance. Do plan for frequent lightning and heavy downpours as these pass through. Temperatures will also be very hot and humid. Plan for a high of 94 degrees today in Orlando, but feeling closer to the low 100s. In fact, we'll be dealing with the heat, humidity, and thunderstorm chances all the way into the weekend. Higher chances of rain, though, as we head into Saturday and Sunday, up to a 70% chance. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. You guys know I love a good deal, and with Sam's held over pricing on over 1,000 items for the summer, you can't lose. Everything from Igloo heavy-duty coolers to the all-beef hot dogs they sell right there at the cafe. And all the summer treats you love, like Members Mark key lime pie ice cream and Kit Kat ice cream bars. How about an inflatable outdoor movie screen? They have that as well. Enjoy all of these Sam's Club great deals. Join the club today. Sign up for a membership at samsclub.com/join.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. Mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With thatmortgageguyDon.com. A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro swing.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Can I get a review on my Italian impression? Thoughts? Also, Prado's meatballs, entirely overrated. Entirely overrated. Dry and overdone. Overdone and dry. Sorry. It's not to say it's not a good place. Prado is okay. It's kind of a hipster C&B scene place. I don't think it is as good as a lot of people tend to think it is. But their meatballs are definitely overrated.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact...
Courtney says my allergies are horrible today. Mine too. I am dying with a capital D.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed wasn't a start. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
1 minute. I only order pizza from restaurants where the pie guy is rubbing his hairy arms up all up in the dough. Tastes New York City authentic. It's not the water, it's a sweat. Probably true. I don't disagree. Okay, let's see. We're coming back right now, as a matter of fact. Let's go.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkie, instant push-to-talk, and LTE coverage. You can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle. Stay safe.
Here we go.
At Rapid Radio.
Come along with.
The devastating Texas.
Hey!
Any emergency, 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
The devastating Texas floods have impacted countless residents. Families have lost their homes. Communities and lives have been shattered, and children are still missing. The need is urgent. The Community Foundation of the Texas Hill Country has launched the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund to support response, relief, and long-term recovery efforts. All donations will go directly to trusted local organizations to provide food, shelter, health care, and hope. Join us today and donate to the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund at communityfoundation.net.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
High diving.
Thank you for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. Join us on the show. We'll get to some of these dispatches. Video dispatches are a priority always. But anything you want to send to us, we love. Send it over at thenewsjunkie.com. We're talking about how you feel when you see a story about a restaurant getting like one of these health inspections that goes awry, and how viral those stories go, at least on a local level, and how really it can like completely upend a restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And
I mean, I've heard rumors of restaurants, and it will stick in my head forever. Like, I did not want to go to this place because I heard when it opened, someone saw a rat, like, at the bar, just roaming around.
yeah, that'll get out there. Enough people talk about it, and they go, nope, ain't going there. It can dive a restaurant's credibility, and we'll get into some of your responses on this in just a moment here on the show. But I want to play a little game called Heaven or Hell. And I'm going to tell you something that's happening to somebody. And you tell me if this is a great situation or maybe like just the worst possible thing you could think of.
Great situation, or maybe perhaps the worst possible thing you think of.
Heaven or Hell might not be the best name. It deserves a name, this segment for sure. But this in particular is something that's happening to a woman out in California. And it seems at face value like, man, this would be so awesome if this happened to you. Like, this would be an awesome thing. You'd be excited and telling all your friends about it. But then the more you think about it, you're like, no, this is actually a nightmare, right? Like, this is the story of this lady, and we'll go over exactly what happened with her here in just a second. But this happened in San Jose, California. ABC7 is chronicling this lady's journey. You tell me if this is heaven or hell. Like, which side of this would you be on? Here we go from ABC7.
It's been hell. And you've
She says hell.
ordered one of these car seats? Not once, no.
In a 7 on Your Side investigation, an Amazon nightmare.
All right. Now she says it's hell. They say it's a nightmare. This woman at her house in San Jose is getting packages that aren't from her, that aren't to her, and that are from Amazon. All right. And the Amazon packages just keep coming and coming.
Sounds like it could be fun, you know, free stuff.
I mean, we talked about this in years past, that there was an entire front yard, like a mountain of packages that did not belong to the homeowner.
Just showing up one after another after another.
Can you open it at that point?
I don't think you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Well, this lady has opened some of these lists. She knows what they are, and she says this is hell on earth.
It is linked to an online seller overseas that appears to be violating Amazon's return policy.
Yeah, 7 on your side, Stephanie Sierra investigates.
Over 100.
Kay Holton is utterly confused as to why hundreds of these large Amazon packages keep appearing on her San Jose doorstep. She says it's been nonstop for more than a year.
It started with one package, and I was like, it's got my address, but it's not for me.
All right, so she keeps getting these packages from Amazon. Turns out it's some company selling like car seats and stuff online. And I guess the company needed a U.S. address for returns because Amazon requires you to have like a return address for when things go wrong. And they said, we don't care if we get this stuff back. We know that some of it's going to end up being a return. Let's just put a rando address. And they chose this lady's address as their return address, just like a random address. And they're selling thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of these car seats. And so inevitably when a lot of them get returned because, it's not good for this reason or that reason, they get sent back and it doesn't go to the place that sold it. It goes to this random lady.
So it's not even random items. It's the same item.
I think it's a lot. Yeah, but hold on. Let's see what she says. But I think it's the same thing over and over.
Went to my neighbors, and I was like, did somebody accidentally put the wrong last digit on the address? No, nobody knew what it was.
The mystery shipping spree that's now haunting an entire half section of her carport.
And what you see now is a fraction, because I have refused delivery on more packages than you see here.
Isn't that one of the weirdest things in the world with the U.S. postal system? I don't know if this is the way it happens for people around the globe if you're listening in some other country. But in the United States, there's a very weird thing that nobody talks about. And that is if people from the post office or UPS or FedEx or any of the delivery service, if they come to your house and there's something that's addressed to you, mostly you have to take it. Like mostly they just go, I don't know, your problem now. Like you go, I don't want all this stuff in my mailbox. And they go, sorry about that. It ain't on me.
I will get the wrong mail. I don't know if it's somebody that has previously lived at my address or just a completely different address. And I'll put a little post-it, return to sender, and they typically take it. What do they do with it? I'm not sure.
Right.
But I appreciate it because it's out.
Sometimes you go, I didn't order this. And they go, not on me. Don't know. It says your name, got your address. You're the one who's going to have to take ownership of this. See if we could find this place because the Amazon is under something called Etkin, E-T-K-I-N. All right. And I guess they make a lot of seat covers and stuff.
Inside each one, a set of faux leather car seat covers from a Chinese online seller called Liu San Dan Dian. The online seller's Amazon listing advertises the brand Etkin.
All right. So look, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. They're $129 to buy the 2 seats that get shipped out.
I found
all of the returns are going to this lady's house. I want to ask Mo this when we get a chance to. Can this lady just go, okay, well, guess who's reselling all these seat covers? I'm going to put them up on eBay for $59.99 or something.
They boom. Random crap. I just sent you the store link.
For this Etkin place? All right, let me see.
Not only do they have these seat covers, but you can get yourself fitness non-slip cycling gloves. How about men and women's knitted fun crocodile socks, novelty shark crocodile.
Yeah, there's a wide variety here. We have a cat house that is inside of a caterpillar. It's a caterpillar cat house.
You see the purse next to it. Oh.
There's an ass purse next to it. That's what I'm saying. So a lot of variety here. But can this person, and maybe more importantly, a question to you, should this person be able to sell these items? Should they be able to sell the items that are coming to them? Let us know what you think. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com or record a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get a little further into her story in a moment. Real quick, I wanted to work in a dispatch. Let's see what's going on to start with one of these today. Here is John the Exterminator.
Man, let me tell you, nothing will change your eating habits more than working in pest control. And you see how some places look and you're like, yep, never eating here ever again. Yeah. You know, the ones where you can't eat. So that's one perk, but it's also a curse.
Yeah, I get it. Like in that job, that line of work, you must look at everything differently by default. But I don't know if it's good to do that for everybody else. Like, that's one of the questions about how you feel about these health inspection news stories. Is this a good way to do things because you're being safer and more healthy? Or is it a bad way because it's like ruining all your meals because you're so worried about what it looks like behind that kitchen? So we'll get to more of the dispatches on this and more of this woman's Amazon story in just a bit here on the show. That's coming up. We got the this hockey fight on a golf course that we have to get into. This is the one I want to explore quite a bit today. And if you haven't heard this, don't miss out. This is unbelievable to hear. And it's coming up next in the News Junkie.
The Real Radio Summer of Laughs continues with Night 2 of the Mount Dora Summer Night Series with Ryan Holmes from the Monsters in the Morning, July 12th. Details at realradio.fm/
St. John's River Bridge.
Hey!
There. A fender bender is getting cleared up here on Florida's Turnpike southbound at US 27 exit 289.
Folks, I'm going to be real with you.
Emergency crews on the roadways.
I also am dealing with some pretty bad allergies, so I'm going to need a little pick-me-up. I'll be back. Hang on.
From the traffic center in James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Wherever the drive takes you, we're here to help keep you on the road to summer fun.
Oh.
Valvoline
There.
Instant Oil Change. Summer drives start here. Go to VLC.com for money-saving coupons and to find a location near you.
Oh. It's when you get that drip, that's when you know it's probably working. All right. Okay, hang on. Back in a second. Okay. I found out how to get it to not stick on the ticker when I'm gone. All right. I don't know if you guys have seen this golf course fight, but it is magnifique, and you should not miss it for the world, so don't. You can order something from Amazon, request a refund, return, and print a shipping label. Slap the label on the seat covers, take the seat covers to the nearest return, drop, repeat the process. Yeah, everybody knows you can do that. I mean, I can do that literally at the end of my street. But if you have to do that every day for 5 items, all these things that are returned, you're not going to be dismissing it that easily. You're not going to be like, no big whoop. You're going to go, this is now like a side job that I'm not getting paid for. Addiction to nasal spray is bad? I'm not addicted. I'm not addicted. Actually, now I finally feel like it's in the right spot. I just got a lot of allergies acting up right now.
It's the Freedom Sale at Greenway Kia. Central Florida's largest Kia inventory is tear-free and marked down thousands below MSRP.
That's so much work for something like this? Yes. That's the problem. It's like, is it a big deal? No. But why should this lady have to deal with it? Why should this lady have to even think about what the solution is? I feel like if this is happening, you should be able to let Amazon know. Amazon should say, let me approach the vendor and say, hey, I need a more accurate address for returns. Make them rent like a storage unit somewhere or something and take delivery of all the stuff there and then either ship it back or like, here's the thing. Why doesn't this company make an arrangement with this lady and the company could say, we are in China, me Chinese, me no want return, okay? And you keep the return, and in exchange, you can sell all of them on eBay. And if this lady gets approval from the China folks and is able to then resell all this stuff that's being dropped off at her house, because they're pretty high dollar items, that would be a good deal. I would take that if I was her. 3 minutes. It would be fun to me returning garbage back to Amazon. Maybe slip in extra garbage. That would wear on you fast. It's hard to sell car seats though sometimes. But if they're selling for over $100, I feel like you could flip them on eBay for $50 easy. Like I feel like there would be a market for that. I don't think it would be too hard. You might be right though.
Send Bezos a bill?
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Breeze Windows? Pick up your
Ryan says, Sean make jokes. Sean go pee-pee in your Coke. Ryan, it's racist. You should feel bad about yourself. The China race is very upset about this. You're now evicted from Love Island.
Send that to your Gmail. And I'm putting you up. Where are you? Alright, putting you up. I'm putting your Gmail. And I'm putting in a 12 for this.
Thank you, sir. Did we just find the last one, too, or no?
I didn't. I thought you might have, but...
Okay.
Relaxation. So, when you visit Orlando, don't just stop at the theme parks. Add some sand, surf, and sunshine to your trip to Cocoa Beach on Florida's Space Coast. Visit legendarycocobeach.com today.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
One thing you definitely do not want during rainy season is a leaky roof. That's why I got to call my friends at Eustace Roofing. They have supplied Central Florida with quality roofs since 1959. They are traditional and metal roof experts. And don't let the name fool you. Eustace Roofing covers all of Central Florida. Act now and get 10% off a new roof installation until July 31st. Call today and mention the Jim Colbert Show for your upgrade to the premium roof package. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. Get your free estimate today at eustaceroofing.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Imagine this. Who would have known? Just hanging out together, and you can learn more about the show. It's called The News Junkie, the 3 best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. You can watch live on YouTube or watch afterwards if you like. Look on the featured section of the website. Subscribe to the podcast, do all that good stuff, thenewsjunkie.com. Hearing the story about this lady who just keeps getting hundreds of Amazon packages, would you guys, Celia and Sabrina, would you accept a deal with this company? And what's happening is this lady just keeps getting these returns on these seat covers from this company from China. They just randomly picked an address. It's hers. So when everybody returns stuff, it goes to her house. And she's got a whole carport full of all these packages. If the Chinese company came to you and said, hey, here's the deal. You let us have these packages that are returned, shipped to your house. You can have all of them. You can resell them on eBay. They go for over $150 brand new, so you could sell them for pretty good amount of money on eBay.
All right.
And then all you have to do is just accept this situation. Would you guys accept that? Like, you keep getting hundreds of things from Amazon returns, but you're allowed to sell the stuff that's coming back.
Is it just seat covers?
No. There's a bunch of stuff.
It's everything from this company that Sabrina had showed.
But yeah, I saw some of the stuff that was on the thing there, the butt purse and the cat inside the snail thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm supposed to resell all that? That sounds like a lot of work for me because you guys are dicks and put my address in.
I know, but it's potential income, right? Like, that's a decent little second
job. If you get a good
job.
store, though, that's...
I got to find people to buy this crap.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, that's their job.
It's very random.
Right now,
It's
they're not getting
doable.
anything, though. Right now, they're not getting anything out of it.
Or, there's another option. You now have Christmas and birthday gifts forever.
That's true, and people will be happy with that for a little while until they are like, hey, why does Sabrina keep giving us car seat covers? Why is the butt purse coming in time after time after time? The car seats are $129, and they just keep getting returned to this lady's house. I'm telling you, if I had that opportunity, I'd be like, I'll sell them. I'll resell those things, or I'll find somebody else to resell them. You know, pass it down the line one more time. Each one of these you give me $10 for, and then you can resell them, and then that'll be your
find
business.
a consignment shop or something.
Yeah.
All right, so Sealand's out, it seems.
Yeah, something
it
like
seems
that.
like a lot of work for me when you could just not have stuff returned to my house.
That's profit, full profit.
They're already screwing you with that. The lady already has all these returns coming back to her house because the Chinese company picked a random return address that happened to be hers. So she's already got that problem, and I don't even know if legally she can sell them since the returns that are coming back to her aren't hers to begin with. That's where the problem arises. This lady is not happy about
Seat
this.
covers
all right?
supposedly made to fit various makes and models of sedan and SUV cars. But as you can see in hundreds of these cases, the covers did not fit, and consumers said they were forced to pay out of pocket to return them to the
Damn.
company's so-called return center. Like this person who commented, "Why haven't I received my refund? Was sent through UPS 3 weeks ago." Yet little do they know, they're just piling up in Kay's garage.
Oftentimes,
How
the amount
annoying.
it costs to return it is about more than 50% of what they paid for
All
it.
right, so they're having to pay, the people who are trying to return this stuff, they're having to pay like $50 or $60 just to return it. And then it goes to her house. Like, why is Amazon so big that they refuse to solve problems for people? Why is there not like
third parties? They don't care.
Why is there not like an emergency hotline? And Amazon is first. I don't care if it's a third party thing. Shouldn't they? Don't you believe they should still be responsible for third parties they're selling on their website?
If it's a situation like this, absolutely.
Right. So
and when they have return centers for it, then they sell an entire crate to other people.
Yeah.
It seems like that's the best option versus this poor lady has to deal with this crap.
Yeah, I think that Amazon should have to deal with this. I think that Amazon should be forced to deal with this. I was banned for a joke on Twitch says, that's why they're being returned. Use your head, Sean. I think that it's an item that's probably often returned. I don't think that means there's like issues with the product that would make them so you can't resell it. I think people find it's like a little too loose for their car or whatever.
Poorly made.
If you're maybe that too, but like if you're doing general use seat covers and it's made to fit like whatever kind of car, there's going to be some that work great and some that don't, and you're going to get a whole lot of returns. I think that might be what they're actually dealing with. But what would you do in this situation? This lady is freaking out. She says, it's been hell. It's a nightmare. They won't stop dropping off stuff over at her house from Amazon. We'll get to your responses on that in just a second on the show. Is this true? Seychelles says he's been also getting Amazon packages like this. The first time he's not yelling at us for talking about Apple products. So let's see what he's saying.
Good afternoon, the news junkie, Sean, Celine, and my lovely Sabrina.
Hey.
All right.
Sean, I was going to show you a video dispatch. I'm having the same issue. I keep getting these random packages that's like 6 streets over, things like that.
Yeah.
And I will call Amazon up and they will say, if they don't pick it in 24 hours, it's yours. But I keep getting it. I have like 6 different addresses, but they all come to me.
Really?
And it's all Amazon packages after packages. And it seems like they don't care. I call them. I try to.
Yeah, I know. Everybody says this kind of stuff. It's like, I'm calling Amazon, and it seems like they don't care. Because just like Facebook or Apple or Google or any other major company like that, They're too big. They literally can't do the customer service that's required in situations like this because they are so big. And try to every once in a while, like let's say you have a problem. Let's say you're a company and you have a problem, or you have a company. You have a problem with your company's website. I saw this not that long ago. Somebody who had a very, very popular Facebook page. Their Facebook page got taken over by hackers who were spamming a bunch of stuff out, and they were trying to get control of their Facebook page again, and they couldn't. I mean, this is like a major outlet where they have a whole staff and they have like millions of followers and stuff. They couldn't get their Facebook page back because you can't just call a number. You can't just call a number like, hello, Facebook, please do that. With Amazon, it's the same kind of thing. It's super hard to actually speak to a human being at these companies, and that's by design.
I mean,
it would
I
be too expensive.
A good 30, 40 minutes on customer service with Amazon the other day because of the defective Apple Pencil.
Okay.
That I could not return because it was past the 30 days. And for the love of God, it took that long. Can I please put you on hold? I'm so sorry, Sabrina. Okay, Miss Sabrina. Yeah, and I'm going to put you on another brief hold. I'm going to talk to... All right. I got the refund. It's my one chance. But it took that long that it seemed like perhaps in 2025 we can cut that time down a little bit.
Yeah, there's got to be a better
crazy.
way, right? Like there's got to be a better way to handle this, I would think. Maybe I'm crazy here too. The both of us this time.
Look at us.
Let's see what we got here. Somebody sent a video dispatch about Iran and Trump. This is a very different topic, but
what's up, news junkies? It's your boy, Sweet Jimmy B.
Hi.
Listen,
Santa.
What is Iran thinking? Don't they know that Trump's theme song is invincible? I mean, if our own government couldn't pull off taking them out, what makes them think they can?
Oh yeah.
Hey, love you guys. Talk to you soon.
All right, thank you. Appreciate the dispatch. He's talking about the beginning of the show where we had the Iranian threat to drone bomb Trump whilst he is sunbathing, which they think he's actually sitting out of the sun.
Do you
which
think
is not
that's a real threat?
They suggested it was. Let me see.
Did Iran say that that's what they were going to do? It seems like a stupid thing to say. I'm going to get you. Here's exactly how.
Iran vows revenge. No, that's not it. Iranian official says Trump could face drone attack at Mar-a-Lago. This looks to be a legit story. This is from Mohammed Javad Larajani, a former senior advisor to the supreme leader in Iran.
Okay.
Who says, as he lies there with his stomach in the sun, talking about Trump, a small drone might hit him in the navel. It's very simple. His two brothers are among the Islamic Republic's most powerful political figures. So
is that
he's
just a
kinda,
bonk to the navel?
Yeah, why the navel?
I don't know. Right in the belly button is where
that
they were
would
heading
kill him,
from.
or they're just threatening to throw a drone at his belly?
They want to kill him in whatever way possible.
Okay.
But that would be one that they've suggested, at least so far. Iranian clerics have called on Muslims to kill Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in retaliation for their threats on the life of Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei during the conflict. So, yeah, it's what they call a fatwa, which is not a good time. Ask Salman Rushdie about the fatwa. Not a good time. And if you're Salman Rushdie and the Iranians or anybody else issue a fatwa against you, which is basically like, hey, it's okay within the Islamic faith. In fact, it is a good thing if you kill this person. Right? And Salman Rushdie wrote a book a long time ago that the Muslims hated. A lot of the radical Muslim leadership hated. And they said, we're putting a fatwa on this writer, Salman Rushdie. And if you kill him, well, you're a better Muslim for doing so. And he had multiple attacks, I think, on his life. And then not even crazy long ago, Salman Rushdie was doing an event and some guy came on stage and did he shoot him or
I thought he stabbed him?
Oh, yes.
I think he stabbed him.
Yeah.
Like, while he was on stage, some nut job came up and just started like stabbing Salman Rushdie. So people do listen to this. Sometimes it takes a long time. And crazy religious people in the Muslim or Islamic faith are willing to follow the lead here. But so far, Trump is ducking and diving. He has not been hit. And will they get him sunbathing? I doubt it. I don't think he does that. He says he was 7 years old last time that happened. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will get into some more of your feedback. I want to wait on the golf course fight because it's a fun story and there's a whole big drama that's related to this. It was a fight on a golf course that has gone viral over the last 48 hours or so. We'll do it right after the next episode, which is on the way. And when we come back, we have to talk about this doctor in Texas that is in big trouble. What for? And what is the doctor saying? And do you accept my apology? We'll talk about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Take it out of your end.
Well, I'm already doing that. Everything is coming out my end.
Hey, yo. The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Crews are on the roadways clearing up that accident on State Road 408 westbound at Pine Hills Road. They're partially blocking the off-ramp there as well. Move over and slow down. There's a crash getting cleared up on Florida's Turnpike southbound at US 27 exit 289. And disabled vehicles slowing down traffic off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound before St. John's River Bridge. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
Hurricane season is here, and it could be a busy one. We never know, but we want to be ready for it if it is. And if you've got those old single-pane windows, they're outdated and they're no good. They could be a lot of headache in your future. You want to protect your home with hurricane impact windows. They're affordable, they're energy efficient, and my friends at Reese Windows and Doors are the experts at them. The ones at Reese come with double lifetime warranty. The warranty transfers when you sell. It increases the value of your home, and it gives you that peace of mind knowing that you're protected. They're the experts that have been installing windows all over the state of Florida for 50 years, and most jobs can be done in less than 8 weeks. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 1 free. Installation is included, and you can see their selection on the website Reese, that's REECE, ReeseWindows.com. And for a free quote and to register to win $15,000 in free windows, here's what you do. You pick up your phone, you text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nichley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2. Oh, and fast, too, because the Nichley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenicleygroup.com.
Call Nichley. Tired of taking allergy pills every day to treat your allergies? Aspire Allergy and Sinus has helped thousands, including me, who spent years suffering before finally doing something. Like Erin, whose migraines were alleviated almost immediately after her sinus surgery with Aspire. Or Julie, who didn't even realize it was allergy season because she felt so much better after taking her allergy drops. Fixing your allergies is easier than you think it is. Go to AspireAllergy.com to set your appointment today. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Since 2002, Precision Garage Door Service has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Noisy garage door? Get our quiet door deal where you buy a belt drive motor and get free rollers. Worried about the weather? Understood. Get a tune-up and roller replacement for your garage door today. Want to give your house a glow up? Got you covered. Get a new garage door and get 20% off. Local and reliable, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando provides same-day service. Visit us online or call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today.
Hey! Skull Mag Squad. Legs are a little sore. Just a little bit sore.
Did you know that every diamond at International Diamond Center is
Jillian says, screw getting permission, just sell it. Their mistake is not her problem. True. Hang on. How are you doing today, by the way? I hope you're okay on a Thursday. Been a weird couple of weeks, you know, a lot of stuff going on. Tomorrow on the show, Sabrina is out on vacation. She's going to see Beyonce, I think. Josh will be in. And then, ideally, next week, hopefully a lot of people are done with the summer vacation stuff, and next week is when we should be getting back to normal. What was my mile time, says Austin? First mile time. Not great. Not the worst. $90 seconds. Folks, if you're over on YouTube, can you do me a big favor? It doesn't take a lot of effort, and it is absolutely helpful. I'll try to remind everybody each day, but if you could just take one moment right now and go over and click that like button, that helps out. Every video that gets more likes like that ends up getting more views, and it's helpful. It brings in more subscribers. This is the backup plan, baby, for when eventually I get fired and all hell breaks loose. There's always somebody coming for my job. Always. Even now. So it's a little thing, but it does legitimately help. So just go over on YouTube and click like or subscribe on all platforms. Thank you.
Don.com.
Hey there, history fans.
iHeartRadio brings you a brand new history podcast.
It's called American History Hotline,
where you ask the question,
what is political technology?
Did George Washington really cut down a cherry tree?
Were JFK and Marilyn Monroe having an affair?
And American History Hotline gets to the bottom of it.
I'm so glad you asked me this question.
This is such a ridiculous story that we tell ourselves because we don't want to know the real story.
Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search American History Hotline and listen now.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is the
You don't get many of them in 2025, and I don't blame most people for not doing it because no one actually cares. Most people don't seem to actually care about apologies. If you do, say like, oh, God, all right, this person, your feelings got hurt. I'm so sorry. That's how it starts all the time. I apologize. Then what happens? In almost all cases, it's like, well, that's not good enough. The online mobs and stuff will be like, well, we got him to apologize. That's just the beginning of all of this. So I bring to you this. We'll call this segment Apology Accepted or Rejected. All right? Apology accepted or rejected. Tell us what you think. Sorry, hold on. I didn't. Let me give you the better run.
I don't have to do it every time if you don't want.
This segment is called Apology Accepted or Rejected.
Apology accepted or
rejected.
Oh, nice. Forgot about that part.
I don't
Yeah.
have accepted all.
This was this woman by the name of Christina Probst, and maybe related to Jeff Probst of Survivor fame, but maybe not.
Likely not.
Likely not, yeah. She was in Houston, Texas. And I talked about this when this first happened, but let me bring it back up because there's an update on it. And she posted on what looks to be Facebook here. And it was after all of this flooding in the state of Texas. And, of course, there's a bunch of weirdos who nobody could just be like, damn, kids died. That sucks. Weather events and flooding happens. It's not necessarily like the time to yell at the other party and be like, there's blood on your hands. It's like, oh, my God. Okay. So Christina Probst, posting on Facebook, said, may all visitors, children, non-MAGA voters, and pets be safe and dry. Kerr County MAGA voted to gut FEMA. They deny climate change. Oh, my. Well, then, if they deny climate change, then I think that they should be wiped out. I agree with Christina here. May they get what they voted for. Bless their hearts, says Christina, right? And Christina, it turned out, is a doctor in Texas. She's a pediatrician. And she worked at a place called Bluefish Pediatrics. And Bluefish Pediatrics heard about this whole onslaught of people online who were upset by her comments. Her comments
this looks like
are
a
dumb.
Message.
This is, I don't know. I thought it was a Facebook comment. That's what I was told it was. But it says a post that went viral, right? And a lot of people
looks like
are
a
sharing
comment
this
on
amount.
a bigger post to me, but
That's what it looks like. Yeah, they're calling it a post, but it looks like somebody maybe posted about the floods or something. And then Christina posted, may all visitors, children, non-MAGA voters, and pets be safe and dry. Kerr County MAGA voted to gut FEMA. They deny climate change. May they get what they voted for. So, like,
but she did say bless their hearts.
Bless their hearts is the way she ended it. So it's like a with all due respect kind of thing. And the Texas doctor got a big kickback for this, and people got very upset. That's not shocking to me at all. Then she got fired, all right? She got fired for these posts in the reaction over it. It says, fired Houston pediatrician responds to controversial post about flood victims. And that's what leads me to the whole apology accepted or rejected. All right. The place where she works, Bluefish Pediatrics, says, this past weekend we were made aware of a social media comment from one of our physicians. The individual is no longer employed by Bluefish Pediatrics. As we previously mentioned in our original statement, we strongly condemn the comments that were made in that post. That post does not reflect the value standards or mission of Bluefish Pediatrics, blah, 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 blah. She says this, the woman who was basically reveling in anybody who might not agree with her in their demise in the floods in Texas, says, I speak to you as a mother, a neighbor, a pediatrician, and a human being who is deeply sorry, she says. I take full responsibility for a social media comment I made before we knew that so many precious lives were lost to the terrible tragedy in Central Texas. I understand my comment caused immense pain to those suffering indescribable grief, and for that, I am truly sorry. I would like to make clear that my regrettable comment was in no way a response to the tragic loss of human life, but the words written were mine, and regardless of how they're being presented, that is a fact that I deeply regret. I want to apologize to each and every individual suffering through terrible loss in this difficult time. As news of heartbreaking fatalities became clear, I immediately removed my thoughtless comment, as it does not reflect the depth and compassion of the respect I have for each and every human life. Unfortunately, my online comment is now being shared with the false impression that I made it after the devastating loss of life was known. On and on she goes. She says, moving forward, I will do my very best to listen, learn, and grow and serve my community as I have always done, because that is really who I am. With deep regret, Christina Probst, MD, July 8th, 2025. Okay? So there she is, and I don't think she was hemming and hawing about it. I think unequivocally she said, I am sorry for this post and what I did. Now, here's where I take it to you, and I say, apology accepted or rejected. To the folks in chat, let us know. Do you accept the apology or do you reject the apology? What do you think about this? Because I think we live in a time right now where when people do stuff like this, one of the main reasons why people don't want to apologize is because there's no rehabilitation path. There's no process for which you go, you know what? Actually, I want to be a better person. I shouldn't have done that. And then they go, oh, yeah? Well, you should never be a doctor again. And you're like, well, hold on. I was copping to my mistake. I made a mistake. Well, you should never be able to be a citizen of the United States again. And basically, the more you apologize, the more the crazies want you to high step and do whatever they tell you to do. Oh, this is not good enough. Now you need to be re-educated, right? Like there's always 18 more steps that you need to do. And for me, I'm always interested in like a road to redemption for people, right? Like even people who I think like, say something crazy or do something dumb or do something like, like a viral thing where their life gets blown up. Like give people a path to redemption.
Some grace.
I think so. Yeah. Give them the grace to apologize for something and maybe accept that you believe their apology. All right. If it seems like this. And then if they do it again moving forward, well, screw them. Right. But like everybody deserves a mulligan. And when I see this, I go, okay, back off the lady, leave it alone. I don't think that the doctor who got way too political and her brain turned into mush and she made this dumb comment should never be able to practice as a pediatrician for the rest of her life for a dumb comment.
Yeah, comments, no. You want to go after somebody's medical license for being a terrible doctor.
Malpractice, then that makes sense.
Yeah, but and it's been actually pretty easy for people who are terrible doctors to keep getting jobs in certain situations.
Now, mind you, stuff like this, I could see where benefit of the doubt can come into play. And grace is given, or you called it a mulligan, right?
Like a mulligan in life when you make a mistake. Maybe you acted a little bit harshly and you shouldn't have.
But there are instances, and I feel like you're about to ask me for an example, and I don't have one off the bat, but there are people that make quote-unquote mistakes where as full-grown adults with responsibilities and enough time on this earth, to make a mistake like that just seems like your ignorance must have been completely apparent, where how do you say something like that and then you apologize? Or how do you make an action like that and you're like, I didn't know what I was doing? For example, here we go. The guy, the boat captain.
All right.
That harassed that kid, got on his boat when he was a couple months back.
People did not. Did he apologize?
Do you mean the best effing boat captain in the country?
365.
He did apologize at some point, right? Didn't he? Like after the whole thing came out?
Someone else apologized for him and said that it was PTSD or something like that. But
there was a lawyer that made a statement for him, and then not too long after that, that person wasn't his lawyer anymore. So,
but I don't understand does he get a mulligan? Where there were so many instances in which you could have stopped and acted like an adult and realized what you were doing, but instead you tripled down. I don't know where the grace comes into play for stuff like that.
Hold on. Here's the boat captain apology story. He released a statement. This says to Gulf Coast News. He speaks after police investigation. Okay. He said, Sealine's right. As Brock Horner's attorney and his friend, I want to address the video. First and foremost, he apologizes to Gage's family and anybody who was upset. He's deeply sorry. He's not proud of how he reacted. You know what? One of the problems I have with something like this is where they go on to say he's recognized as 100% disabled. This is not an excuse, but it's part of his story.
Yeah, that's where we got a little bit into the weeds there.
The equivocating is bad, right? Like that I'll go like, okay, you're apologizing, but like not really apologizing when you definitely were in the boat captain situation. Wrong. But still, even there, I want to give people a benefit of the doubt for one major mistake like that. And no one seems to be with that appetite. It just doesn't seem like most people want to do that.
This lady, though, the boat captain was physically there and doing it, and then he had his lawyer release an "I'm sorry," my bad, and I'm a veteran and disabled. This lady just typed out a comment and hit enter. In something that could happen so fast. And then things spiraled for her, and she released her own statement, or at least she's pretending to have released her own statement. And I just find the two kind of different.
Wait. Now you say she's pretending to have released her own statement.
What?
Why do you say pretending?
I don't know. Some of the comments that have come in here are like, that was an AI apology.
Okay, all right. This is why I asked this, because I have seen people say that seemed like it was an AI apology, and that's every bit as bad as the hedging on the boat captain thing.
And then one of the guys, John on texting service, says, rejected. She apologized after she was fired. Like she waited until she was.
Okay, but is there something to typing out an apology and asking ChatGPT to make it sound better?
I think an apology from AI is less great, but it still could be okay. Maybe you just want to make sure you're like dotting your I's and crossing your T's and that stuff. But the rejection thing that came in on the texting is an interesting example of what I'm talking about here. They said she should have apologized before she lost her job. I don't even know if she had the opportunity. Like that all happened so fast.
Might not have.
Remember, there was a young woman who was flying to Africa, and before she got on her flight, she made a post, and she's like, "Going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS." And it was something like that. And she lands in Africa, and by the time she lands in Africa,
she had no chance to apologize before they just shot a bunch of AIDS darts right at her face.
She lands in Africa, and she gets informed like, "You've lost your job, you've been evicted from your house, you've mega canceled, you've been all of the canceled, right?" And that person doesn't even have like an opportunity to be like, "Guys, my bad. It was I'm sorry," Is sorry enough anymore? Do you accept my apology? That's the question I have for you. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at tips@thenewsjunkie.com or right on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Fergie's London Bridge is back, and Akon's Crypto City is the one falling down, apparently. According to reports, Nicki Minaj, her Anaconda don't want anything less than $200 million from Jay-Z. Plus, has anyone seen Leanne Rimes' teeth? If so, please return to the front desk. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Thursday, more hot and humid weather is on the way as temperatures soar into the mid-90s for highs with a high of around 94 degrees today in Orlando. But once we factor in the elevated humidity levels, it's going to...
Hola! Como estas? Some of you people are brutal. You're just rejecting apologies. The more rejecting of apologies, the more this happens publicly, the more people just double down. Like this one bitch, the one bitch who did the video where she was like, I don't care about them because they're white. These white girls at these all-white camp. That chick is like doubled down. She has a Give, Send, Go to raise her money, which thankfully has not raised a lot. We'll check it out later on the show. She's like, F you, F white people for that. Like, she's doubling and tripling down. When people actually do want to self-correct and they made a mistake, I think we should let them. Once. Hi, Shark Bait. I think people assume everybody's dumb, and if they sound articulate, it's ChatGPT. Probably some truth to that, yeah. Anytime you have a sentence that's not conversational, so, like, as I stipulated in my original email on this conversation, you have, like, some little blip like that, people are going to think it's AI generated every time. So make your apologies simple. My bad, I'm sorry. I honestly do feel for the kids. I got wrapped up in the moment, made a big, giant mistake arena.
That's because the 30% federal solar tax credit is in jeopardy of expiring at the end of this year. But now is the time to act to save 30% off solar. Go to solarsource.com and start the process and get your order in before August 31st to 2025 tax credit and save up to 30%. Slash your energy bills and beat rising utility rates. Go to solarsource.com today and tell them Jack from
The next episode coming up in just a couple of minutes. After that, we're going to do this golf fight story, which is so good. Magnifique in every way. I love it. Night Nurse says, it depends on what they're apologizing for, Sean. I mean, to an extent, yeah. You know, like I said, it's very circumstantial for me. Like, if somebody stood outside of my house with a sign that said, fuck your dead mom, and I went out there and I was like, the hell? And they passed out drunk and woke up the next day and dropped off a letter where they said, I'm quitting drinking. I don't know. I thought that would be funny. I made a huge mistake. Sorry about that. Then I go, okay, cool. You know, all right, heard. Hope you stop doing stuff like that. Hope it doesn't happen to anybody else. If they do it 3-4 more times, or 3-4, if they do it one more time, I'm going to take the sign and beat them over the face with it. And then when they come back with their apology, I'm going to beat them over the face with that too. So it's circumstantial. 90 seconds. And the show is back live. It's a neat way of deflecting blame away from the idiots in charge and pretending, oh, it's just natural. I find it curious that there's more anger being sent towards social media users posting about the Texas flood than there seems to be anger directed at the people who were able to prevent it. Dan, please name for me one person. One person. It's important to call people out on this shit, by the way, everybody. Name me one person who can stop a flash flood. Oh, wait. What we're not doing is we're not going after the people who could have prevented this. Dan, did you scour the United States of America for every fucking flash flood that happened during the Biden administration? Or were you gobbling his fucking nuts and you decided, well, those floods I'm not going to blame on politicians that side with me? Come on. That's stupid. That's dumb. It's a flash flood. It's not fucking climate change or like the ineptitude of a politician in every case. Sometimes it's just bad luck. Y'all.
As you covered. Enjoy exclusive deals in-store or on the Wawa app, making it easier than ever to fuel your day without breaking the bank. Don't miss out on summer savings, perfect for road trips, beach days, or backyard hangs. Savor a summer of savings. Gotta have a Wawa.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
entertainment and beyond. A lot of people that I've seen are just like, nope, I don't accept that lady's apology. Flat out reject it. She shouldn't be a doctor anymore. It's a lot of people. This is what I'm saying. Like nowadays,
Who'd you vote for? Those people.
People are very, well, I think it's almost always political. Like if you're right wing and the person is left wing and they apologize, a lot of times you're going to be like, nope, don't accept the apology. If you're ideologically aligned with them, if you guys believe the same stuff, then you'll be like maybe more likely to do it. But just overall, people, I think, reject apologies much more than they seem to, at least when I was younger. Like, you could make a mistake and, like, go apologize to your neighbor, say you're sorry for something, and then, move on. But it doesn't happen anymore. Now it's just a bunch of really dopey takes, and then afterwards, when people apologize, it's like, nope, you should never work again. That's how people are. I want to hear your takes. If you feel that way, send it over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's the website for you to change your life, or at least make life a little bit easier, especially when it comes to those big life decisions like refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, reverse mortgages, HELOCs, and everything in between. Work with someone who's got your back, explains the real mortgage process to you because he wants you to know how it works. Start the process today by going to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was 24 years ago, 2001. This guy right here, listen carefully. Harrison Ford is right. And it was on this day he swooped down in his private helicopter to rescue a 13-year-old Utah Boy Scout who was lost in Yellowstone National Park. So instead of get off my plane, it's get on my helicopter. And he rescued him.
I didn't know he did helicopters. I thought he was planes. And didn't
he's
he
not great at the planes.
The planes he had some problems with.
But as far as the helicopter, it seems like the rescue mission worked out. And also on this day, in the air, just a little bit farther up, we had 4 years ago today, 2021, Richard Branson made his first space flight.
Oh, yeah.
Children of the earth.
Children of the world, I am an adult with other adults, making a dream come true. I have the audio. It's great.
Oh, do you? I want to hear that.
Kids down there. I was once a child with a dream, looking up to the stars. Now I'm an adult in a spaceship with lots of other wonderful adults looking down to our beautiful, beautiful Earth.
Wait for it.
To the next generation of dreamers. If we can do this, just imagine what you can do.
Best part?
Yay!
Yay! Yay! Children of the world. 53 miles above Earth and achieved weightlessness for about 3 to 4 minutes. Congratulations. Now here back on Earth, you ready to get ripped apart, but also have some awkward, I don't know how I feel about it moments?
Yeah.
All aboard, my friends. Someone has isolated the vocals from last weekend's Back to the Beginning farewell show.
No.
Ozzy Osbourne.
No.
The clip is Mama, I'm Coming Home. And I got to tell you, I was editing the audio because it is just isolated. And the beginning of it, I'm like, oh, this is breaking my heart. He also still has it, where he knows the words. He's, for the most part, hitting the right tone. And then I'm going to skip over to the end of it where I'm like, oh, ah.
Times have changed and times are strange. Here I come, but I ain't the same. Mama,
That's true.
I'm coming home.
Oh, and that
Time go by.
breaks your heart a little bit.
Seems to me you could have been a better friend to me. Mama, I'm coming home.
I mean, that part of the concert, full sob. If you were there live, if you were watching it.
I haven't barely watched any of that
it's
concert.
Fantastic.
He's old
Youngblood's
and
performance is fantastic.
His voice is weak and he's old, but he was hitting the words in the right way at least.
Now let's get to bigger part of the song.
I could be right.
I'm going to skip a little bit further. Wait for it. 1 second. And a 3, 2. I think I found it. Here we go. Okay.
Selfish love, yeah, we're both alone. The right for the fall, yeah. I'm gonna take this hard stuff. I just got to let it all. I don't care about the sunshine, yeah. Cause mama, I'm coming home.
This is mean.
Thank you.
This is mean.
Fan commented, I saw I saw a tired king give everything for the kingdom he built. Long live the Prince of Darkness.
Oh, you. I like the. Can you play the thank you at the very end? Is that possible, or does it require going through the whole thing?
Costs a lot of money.
Thank you.
Ready?
Thank you.
I don't know why I like that.
Nicki Minaj is big mad, and the Romans are right there behind her. She went off randomly on this guy right here. Jay-Z is right. She tweeted a lot and then deleted most of them. And it's all about money. She says Jay owes her between $100 million and $200 million for her stake in Tidal. Said it's only collecting more interest. One post she says, anyone still calling him Hove will answer to God for the blasphemy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Hove is after Jehovah, God in the Bible.
Yeah.
Nicki didn't stop there. She also accused Jay and Rock Nation CEO Desiree Perez of ruining hip-hop, football, basketball, touring, Instagram, and Twitter.
He ruined all that stuff?
Yes, sir.
Damn.
And for good measure, she brought up a lawsuit filed by a cameraman who claimed he was forced to watch Rock Nation artist Megan Thee Stallion have sex with a woman in a car. Rock Nation denies it, but a judge just ruled that the lawsuit can proceed. And then she deleted all the twits. That's what they call it.
Twits.
Big Sean is in the news for his
I am. It's true. Mm-hmm.
Big Sean,
Yeah.
S-E-A-N, the rapper.
Oh,
Not
no.
you.
Big scene.
But I would not be surprised if you got the same procedure.
Okay, really? Wow.
If you want to pull up that picture, he's being accused of having fake abs.
What am I looking at here?
He's clapping back, though. He's saying...
are there people who have, and I am not...
fake abs. I'll tell you right now,
I'm
that's
not
Zach guy.
But are there people who have absolutely jacked abs and pecs, but like
No
this
arms?
guy is no arms? None.
It doesn't make sense to me. But remember Zach from Love Island? He didn't last very long.
Uh-huh, yeah.
He had hair plugs, and he had no problem talking about that on Instagram. But I swear, and this is alleged, or my opinion only, did I cover all the bases? That he had fake abs because the
Really?
arms did not match.
I didn't know that it was, I still don't.
Oh,
I
it's a
wouldn't,
thing.
but I wouldn't buy that that's a common thing. I think that's got to be a pretty rare one, right? Like to get male like muscles put in your chest and
You'd
stuff.
be surprised. Guys just don't talk about it. He did respond and now going viral. I'm only speaking for myself. I don't know what others do, but that's just how my stomach is naturally. I can't believe I even have to say this, but I guess it's where we are as a society. Cooked.
Damn.
Unfortunately, mine are real. I got love for the fake community, though. To each his own. But what makes this funnier is the way God made me. I just happen to look like a chewed up Tootsie Roll when I'm out of shape. But I can only speak for myself. I only have to say something because this S is getting out of hand.
Thank you.
Leanne Rimes. Have you seen her teeth?
No.
Not like what they look like. They fell out of her mouth.
She has
during a
fake
show.
teeth?
Yep. She shared the embarrassing story of her teeth falling out in the middle of a recent show. She said, we're going to do a little story time, but the show must go on. This is the most epic example of how the show must go on. She was in the middle of singing One Way Ticket from 1996 when she suddenly felt something pop right out of her mouth. What was it?
Do you think they have backup teeth for people that are lead singers and could potentially lose
They did
a
not.
set? Oh.
She said, if you've been around, you know I've had a lot of dental surgeries. I have a bridge in the front that holds the front teeth. In the middle of the song, they pop out of her mouth. She had to find them on the floor, pop them back in, and then continue singing.
Damn.
The rest of the concert, she had to keep popping her teeth back into her mouth. Is Sean gone?
No, I'm here. I'm here. Yeah.
Did you hit a button or something?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I was in. No one wants to. I guess I'll put my shirt back on.
No, we're good. We're good. Sorry, there was a communication breakdown.
But I do appreciate that she's being honest about it and at least allowed the rest of the concert to go on. But I imagine
maybe a little careful about those hard T's moving forward.
It must be very mortifying because my mom had fake teeth on the bottom, and whenever she would if she lost them or if they broke or something, and she couldn't get her fake teeth in, she would not want to open her mouth or smile or anything.
My best friend from high school had to have fake teeth until she got the permanent one, and every time she put it down to eat, I would steal it, and she would only be able to get it back by solving a riddle, and we did that for the entirety of our freshman year of college.
Became a porn star later.
You just
How do I sing without teeth? 'Cause they just fell out. Oh, my man loves a gummy. 'Cause my teeth just fell out. Has anyone found them? On the I need to isolate that just a little bit more.
She looked pretty good.
No teeth?
No, I mean, all the pictures that I have of
just
her
in general, or generally speaking,
teethy.
Thank you.
Only have time for one more. Speaking of falling out, more like falling down. Every time you come around, segue into... She's back, baby. Fergie remade her London Bridge video and filmed part of it on the actual bridge this time.
Wow.
Original video was filmed on the Tower Bridge, which is not the London Bridge, and Fergie says she's been paying for it for the last 20 years. I believe this all has to do with promotion for a new show called Too Much, featuring the star and someone who's been very close in my heart hole, Megan Stalter. She's in Hacks. I don't think you guys watch Hacks, but
I've watched Hacks.
Watched the first season of it.
Hilarious. The assistant of the main guy and the publicist.
Okay.
Anyways, Too Much coming out very soon, and she got to in promotion remake London Bridge, the music video. Very exciting on the boob tube. Let me see. I won't be watching TV actually.
Oh God.
Because Mama's got an investor meeting, and that's Beyonce, baby.
An investor meeting.
Yeah, because I invested so much money into the ticket. I feel like I'm now at a shareholders meeting.
Can you get a refund since there was the incident with the flying car?
Nope.
No,
that's fine though. But they're double checking the car, and they're making sure that the roof is actually over the Mercedes-Benz dome.
Okay.
Per request of Beyonce, follow your dreams. I'm on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra, and say it with me, beautiful people.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's so
I really love it.
Squeaky and nice. I appreciate it. All
Can
right,
you send
when
it
we
to
come back-
Sean so that just at the end of the show every
No, it's
day
mine.
after he finishes, he just hits a button. Thank you.
Do that like after the last song on Today I Learned. Just thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want that awkward pause?
Yeah, a little bit. Because then people will be like, what is the thank you at the end? It'll be worse than Wiggle Wiggle Pop Pop 10 years from now. People will have no idea. Okay, when we come back, a golf course fight. Wait till you hear this. It is an incredible moment. There's a huge fallout, and you got to go deep on this with us, and that's what we're doing. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Thank you.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Millsair.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
It's going to be your typical slowdowns on the major roadways this afternoon, starting to pile up on I-4 there. No serious accidents really affecting your ride here on the major roadways. There's a crash getting cleared up on State Road 408 westbound near Pine Hills Road. Move over if you see crews on the roadways, clearing that thing up. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Member Week is here at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off paint, tools, home essentials. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet.
Tired? Look, I just want to tell you, I know there's a lot of pressure when you see that I ran like lightning, and then you go out there and run, and you're like, I gotta run like lightning.
I didn't feel like it.
I just want you to know that it's okay if you're not as fast. You know what I mean? Do you accept my apology?
For what?
I apologize.
For what?
For everything I've ever done wrong. For all of the things I've ever done wrong.
Okay.
Doesn't feel like you do.
I'm gonna get shock and acid. You think?
What do you mean, chlorine?
Is shock just chlorine? Chlorine?
Yeah, it basically is. But we don't want bags of shock. If you want to get like 2 of the big things of chlorine, that
Or of actual
of chlorine, yeah.
2 of them?
Yeah, you can. We definitely need acid, but I don't get chlorine yet because I have the powdered stuff. I think I'm gonna try it. All right.
It's like actively dripping to me.
I wouldn't suggest that you go out in public like that. I would say that you should probably shower.
Why?
You're too sweaty to be out in public.
I was just in public.
Well, you know what I mean, like not in public with normal people or whatever.
Do you need anything from public?
No, just some chicken, my sticky rice.
Look at her.
Lady dog?
Yeah, she's not getting up.
Lady dog? You lazy. You lazy.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about.
Yeah.
Probably should. Okay. Travis and Buck Sexton here.
See you later. Oh, you dropping deuces now? Okay. See you later, alligator. What are you doing over there? Look at you, sweaty Betty.
It's hot out.
Your boobs are the only thing that didn't sweat. Everything else got sweaty. How many miles did you go?
Over 5.
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how the hell you do that. Do you run at the end? You're still running at the end? That's crazy. You're out of your mind. Very impressive.
Okay.
Have a great day.
I'll see you soon.
We'll see each other. See you later. Bye. Bye.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers.
Pool maintenance with the news junkie. True. True. Every once in a while, it's pool maintenance time. Sorry the screen froze. The screen has been freezing not as much as it did before, but still a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly is causing that. And when I do see it frozen, I will just reboot the production computer or the production OBS. 2 minutes. I cannot wait to share this golf fight video with you. If you haven't seen it, you're in for a treat. I swear to God, the first 3 times I watched the video, I thought, this is fake, but it's the best fake I've ever seen. So I have to properly analyze just what is going on in this video to prove to everybody that it's fake. The comedic timing, everything about it is perfect, but it's not fake. It's real. It's a real fight on a golf course, and we're going to get into it next. Courtney says you can have me if you can catch me, so Sean never gets any. What the hell?
WassysMeatMarket.com for your Big Green Egg today. Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon.
90 seconds, actually less than that. Golf fights are usually a good time. This maybe is the greatest ever. It's just, C-Lane has taken the time to censor this. The AI censor tool only half worked. So he's taking a little time to censor this. And it's just glorious. So I encourage you to come along with us on this journey, okay? Let's do it together.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness could come and go. But if it's anything,
here we go.
If you
come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
iCandy Energy Drink. Join the iHeart Orlando Street Team for a special 7-Eleven Day complimentary sampling of iCandy Energy Drink this Friday morning from 7 to 8 at the 7-Eleven 319 East Princeton Street in Orlando. iCandy Energy Drink.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here. Hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
One of my little known but favorite categories is the golf fight. I like people fighting on the golf course. You go out there, you have a few too many drinks.
I thought you said the Gulf fight, as in Mexico versus America.
No, that fight's been won. It's the Gulf of America now, all right? Yeah, that fight's been won. I'm talking about a fight on the golf course, GOLF. When you get out there and you get angry and you have probably had too much to drink, because for a lot of guys, ladies, a little known secret, for a lot of guys, golfing is like 9/10 just drinking beer and drinking too much of it with your friends.
Ooh, we're going to gossip about that in the bathroom.
Like, more than they sell items to make you better at golf, they sell items to make you better at hiding your alcohol in your bag.
I may or may not have purchased one of those items as a Christmas gift last holiday season.
Why hide it when they have a cart that goes around?
Because the cart's expensive.
Yeah, and you're not supposed to bring the alcohol
and
with you.
They have a gadget that is the length of a golf club that fits in your golf bag that also can contain an entire 750 milliliter bottle of liquor. And it is battery powered and has a small pump, and you just cover it with one of those little like gopher things that you cover
back down.
Cover your clubs with. You just take it off, pump, good to go.
All of this is to say, golf fights are amazing. Golf fights are amazing, and I swear to God, this video is real. C-Lane has censored this, so.
Mostly.
Thank you,
not going to get everybody in trouble if you're at work right now. But this is a golf fight. I watched this video 3 times, and I was like, it's fake. I got to find out how I can prove it's fake. All the comedic timing is so good, and it's real. So let's go into this together. We're going to talk about the fallout, the stories that have come up after this. Here is the golf fight in question. Let's go.
Drive the up there, or you're going to get booted the out of here. No, fine. Enough. No, you're not a guy. Hurry up. I'll promise you that. Hurry up. Pretty tough. Not that. No, he's not. Not that. Not.
You can hear how hammered he is. You could hear it immediately how hammered he is.
They're drunk, okay? They're nice and sauced.
Riddle me this. Based on the sky right now, and I'm sorry for those just listening, are we in the early hours or are we at dawn? I'm getting a morning vibe, but they're super hammered.
I would hope it's in the afternoon at least a little bit, because they are drunk and they're like trying to keep it together. Like, you want to fight us? We're going to fight you.
You're not a tough guy. You're not an effing tough guy.
Well, one person comes out on top as the tough guy here. I'm going to tell you that ahead of time. All right. So this is 2 groups of guys fighting back and forth. One of them is seemingly more drunk than the other.
Tough. He's not tough. You're not tough. Hey, you're not tough. Let's get going. Get going. Or you can play behind us all, and you can take all the time you want. You're not tough.
All right, they are fighting about a key thing in golf that happens over and over and over again. if the group in front of you is playing through too slowly, it is the main cause, and all the golf people will back me up on this, the main cause of negative interactions on the golf course are because one group is playing too slow.
Okay.
Right? And then, like, what you're supposed to do is if the group in front of you is playing too slow, you're supposed to like
hit them with your club.
Go ahead of them and you know, not have a fight like this. But in this case,
skip the hole.
Sometimes if you're in front of a group and you're going slow, you should stop at the next tee, let the group go by you, and then continue after them. If you're the slow group, that's sort of what I think the good golfer would do. But that ain't happening here. These folks aren't good golfers. They're fighting.
This is not golf.
It's not.
Just stand there 15 minutes.
You can't even. You guys can't even stand and tee your ball up now.
Yeah, no, he's teeing it up, man. That's fine. He's not teeing it up. He's standing there.
Do we need the police out here?
No.
Uh-oh.
Okay, then let's get going here.
Let's go. Pick your up and get going. This is not fun.
Get going.
Get going.
One of the things they're mad about it, these guys are so drunk that they could barely play through. And they're like, we're not drunk. We're fine.
Let's have a good time, all right? Do something bad.
You might be having a good time. They might be right about that. But it doesn't mean that you're in the right on the golf course. And the thing is, the tension is heating up here.
This is what's going to happen. No, you both. This is They've been sitting there for 23 minutes.
Okay, 23 minutes. Oh, okay.
Well, come on.
All right. Something about them saying, like, it's taken you 23 minutes is what sets the drunk golfer off.
Look good, man. You know, like 2 golf balls in his mouth when he said that. Look good, man.
That is the thing that set him off. As to everything else that happened before this, not enough. But he throws his hands down, and he's going over. Now he's ready to fight this other group of golfers over this line.
They've been sitting there for 23 minutes.
Try about it. Try about it.
I'm going to.
Try about it. You pussy.
I'm a pussy.
Try about it.
Buddy, you're going to get
I don't give a
badly.
Good. Let's oh, man.
Buddy.
He's taking off the glove.
Buddy.
Let's go.
He threw the sunglasses.
Right, buddy.
Have you guys triangulated as to where these folks might be from?
Yeah, Canada.
I'm getting a little Canada.
They're
Or at
Canadian.
least, you know,
all right?
most northern point.
They also
would have figured you folks up there in America's hat were more chill on the golf course than this.
Also, one of them dropped a Letterkenny line that kind of clued me in a little bit.
What'd he say?
He said it's effing embarrassing. It was a common trope on Letterkenny that the hockey coach, whenever they did bad, he would kick something over and scream, "It's fucking embarrassing," you know? And like the trope got used so much that if he didn't have anything to kick over, somebody would have to bring him a trash can just so that he could kick it over and scream, "It's effing embarrassing."
So now he's raging, this guy. He's ready to go.
No, I'm not filming this. I'm not stopping. No.
I don't know why.
You guys need to get off the golf course.
Yeah,
No, no.
One guy's like laughing and oh yeah.
I think it's the guy that's about to fight people. He's beer crazy.
Amped
so
up.
The drunk guy who's all amped up, he thinks he's about to win. I have some bad news for him. He's not about to win.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, like he thinks I'm going to go over there. Rah! He's not going to win. It's not going to work out in his favor.
I don't know.
Pack up. Go now.
Here we go.
Your car and go.
I don't know what you're doing. You're not.
I don't know what you're doing.
I don't.
Oh, he's going for him.
Man.
He's going for him.
on, man.
Hey, thrown in the lake. He finally got angry enough that he's exploded and moved for the other golfers. The guy, he's like, ah! And then he runs at him, and the guy turns to the side and throws him in the lake.
Okay.
Throws him in the lake.
And he rests there forever.
Off to a good start, buddy.
That is the ultimate, like, I think that really got at the other dude. If I had charged at somebody and something like that happened and you're like, off to a good start, buddy. It was like,
Need a towel?
What a snipe.
Hold on. Let me go back because he charges at him and then the guy pulls over to the side. And I'll tell you who the guy is in this fight and in the reaction to this in just a moment here, but he throws him into the lake here.
You're not scaring anybody. You're just making yourself.
There he goes.
Man. Come on, man.
Come on.
Throws him in the water.
Hey, off to a good start, buddy.
It's such a great line. Off to a good start, buddy.
Man, leave him alone. You want to know? You want to? Came at me.
By the way, now his drunken friend, when his pal who is so aggressive got tossed into the lake, his drunken friend goes, "Hey man, leave him alone.
He started it.
Leave him alone.
He started, man."
You were over here screaming at these people, and now that you got owned
grown men
5 seconds.
And now this dude has to fight with bushes to get out of the predicament he's
Probably
in.
a bunch of golf balls that were left in there.
And try to still be a badass.
I'm going to spoil this a little bit, all right, before I
Again?
get into the actual story. The guy who is winning the fight, who's actually winning the fight, he's a coach of a hockey team in Canada and an ex-NHL enforcer. So he knows how to fight. He's a hockey player, right? He knows how to brawl, right? And my favorite part is when the guy climbs out of the lake after failing to attack in a successful way and has his bad start, after he climbs out of the water, he goes back to fighting, and the hockey coach starts punching him. And when he's punching him, he's making it like it's a Batman. He's like, boom, pow, as he's punching him. Okay.
Bam. I got it all on record.
On record.
I got it all on record. Hey, you want to go, guys? Leave him alone. Hey, leave him alone, man. I wouldn't be going back, you moron. Hey,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
Sean, I misunderstood you. I thought I didn't realize the man was doing his own sound effects.
Yeah, he's yelling bang.
He's punching.
He's punching him in the face.
God, the fragility.
Bang, bang,
That's
bang.
that's the whole thing with karate. When you do the kias and the noises, it's part of what gets you like pumped
I was
up.
unaware.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he goes, oof, oof, oof. You know, you got to make a couple of noises.
Slam.
I was never taught to yell punch or bang. It was just like,
Get a
I
towel.
do like it. I think it adds to it. Just him saying punch or bang out as loud as he can.
Got it all on record.
I want to do it in the bedroom.
Bang,
bang, bang.
Go, guys. Leave him alone. Hey, leave him alone, man. I wouldn't be going back, you moron. Hey. Bang! Come on, man. Bang!
Oh my God.
Honestly, pause. When I didn't know that was what was going on because I just edited the audio of this and then I pasted it back to the video, so I didn't see that it was a dude screaming bang. Like I didn't actually know what was
He's
going
also
on.
grabbing the man by the collar. He couldn't even fall. He just kept bang. And my second favorite part, it might be my first, is the guy was like, "Hey man, can you stop?" And he pushed him, and you can hear the guy kind of fade out as he's talking. Why did you do that to me?
Like the guy falling off the cliff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man,
What a
hitting
time.
somebody,
And that was hole 3?
It brings me back to Kai the hitchhiker in the viral video where he's like, wham, wham. Like he's doing that as he's hitting him on the golf cart, on the golf course, I should say.
Turn on, you enough!
He's trying to get up again.
Out! Hey.
Threw it again.
My God.
Such a
He launched him.
Out of here! No, it's not going to go well, man.
No, and he keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Not moving. I said stop looking like an idiot.
Princess, stop looking like an idiot, please.
God.
Oh, man.
Golf looks like fun.
Yeah, this is what happens out there on the course.
That drunk dude was so easily dealt with, and like,
But he kept going back up.
He
did. Perseverance.
Yeah, he kept going back up, but he was so easily throwable that it was just insanely fun to watch.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. And then the greatest part is they just get on their golf cart and they're like, "See you later."
All right, see you at the next hole. We're still behind you. Okay.
That's probably the best part because they're going to go play through and they're going to get to the next hole. And right at the beginning of the next hole, the same thing plays out again. Right back into the lake. Oh, man.
Good times.
Good times. Yeah, good times. Good times. There you go. And here's the story on this, the update. Hang on. Let me bring it up here.
Didn't have the update ready.
No, I just wanted to bring it so I could.
Good start, bud.
Oh, hang on. I have
to a
the
great start,
story. Okay, you jerks. I
It's
have
from
the story.
Are you talking about the NHL enforcer guy?
Yeah, and the problem is it wasn't coming up as I was typing in the headline. Here it is right here from Yahoo Sports. The photo that they use of the guy who won the fight is so great. It's his hockey photo when he's missing a tooth. It's so great. And it says, Canadian youth hockey team investigating after its coach and NHL enforcer Nick Tarnasky goes viral in golf course fight video. And then it says, if you're going to belligerently pick a fight with somebody on a golf course, it's typically advisable to make sure that person is not a former NHL enforcer because you might have a bad time. Indeed, they did. What do you think, folks? Have you ever seen this happen in front of you on a golf course? Give us your story. Send a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Quick break. When we come back. Bang!
Bang!
I want to add sound effects to everything we're doing. Like,
Get up,
move.
open door. Swish.
We'll be back with your response to this. We have a ton of stuff to get to today. I've got clips galore here to rip through. And we also have to get to an update on the Love Island situation, more about apologies, Superman, jury duty. It's all on the way, baby. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Push button.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Have you ever been come on to by someone really older than you?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I've
42.
I've never done that. I've never like hooked up with somebody like considerably older than me. That's my wife's job. All right, 407-916-1041.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's ongoing construction to look out for here on Apopka Vineland Road, south of Palm Parkway at Hotel Plaza Boulevard. I believe the right lane's blocked there. There's construction where Pontieta Boulevard meets Bronson Highway. A crash is getting cleared up on State Road 408 westbound near Pine Hills Road. It's going to be your typical slowdowns on the major roadways this afternoon. No serious accidents really affecting your ride. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Truist. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. So start feeling like it today. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
So you need to go to make sure that you are getting treated the way you deserve to be treated when it comes to your AC. Look, here's the deal. There's a lot of places out there, unfortunately, in the HVAC world or air conditioning world that will take advantage of you and hit you with a big bill when that's not necessarily what it should cost. Then there's Millsair, an honest company, a family-owned and operated company, a locally owned and operated company. It's everything you want in somebody that you're going to be working with if you are a homeowner and you have needs like this. They're also a Carrier factory authorized dealer. So if you're going to get a new Carrier unit, go with Millsair. They give you huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit, over $1,000. You could always turn to the experts at Carrier. You could always turn to family-owned and operated Millsair. Here's the number, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Delta Airlines doesn't just help you see the world, they help you embrace it. Delta's dedicated teams make your travel experience extraordinary, anticipating your every need with genuine care throughout your journey. The app puts you in total control, and with fast, free Delta Sync Wi-Fi, you can stay connected to what matters most. So flight time feels more like me time. With exclusive partnerships and SkyMiles rewards, every part of the Delta experience is designed to make the journey as enjoyable as the destination.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day.
Hello. All right, folks. That golf fight was a good time. Bam! Pow! Pow! You get scared? Pow, right in the kisser indeed. We have got to talk about some more drama around Superman, which we'll do next. We have got to get you geared up for jury duty. I got some big updates on that. And then we'll get into our final hour of the show here in a bit.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids. Running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention, it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well. And then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past, thanks to Aspire Allergy.
Oh, shoot.
They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops.
Stealing, how long was that? 12, 14?
Kids are out of school. Go to Aspire One.
Okay, good.
That's AspireAllergy.com.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a Farah fight. Farah and Farah.
Orlando.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my
What can we do here? Maybe another 8?
It didn't feel right.
Let's do it.
Turns out I have atrial fibrillation.
Folks, we're coming back in 1 minute. And again, apologies for the allergies today. It's only mildly my fault. All right, here we go. We are coming back.
Chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey there, history fans.
iHeartRadio brings you a brand new history podcast.
It's called American History Hotline,
where you ask the question,
what is political technology?
Did George Washington really cut down a cherry tree?
Were JFK and Marilyn Monroe having an affair?
And American History Hotline gets to the bottom of it.
I'm so glad you asked me this question.
This is such a ridiculous story that we tell ourselves because we don't want to know the real story.
Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search American History Hotline and listen now.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
And it's available for you when we're live. You'll see that live link on top of thenewsjunkie.com. We'll be on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Also, if you'd like, you can watch afterwards right there on the featured section of the website. Just look for each day's show, click on it, and presto bango, you're watching just like that. All right, I've heard from many people in the dating world. Many people in the dating world have told me it's both a nightmare and fantastic to date at a time like this with all the technology out there. The places that you have met dwindle down these days to basically just different apps. I met them on Bumble, met them on Tinder, met them on this, met them on that.
I think it'd be a nightmare to date, but some of those apps were just for just doing some good old-fashioned banging.
Sure, and that's how a lot of it started. I've met a lot of people that when you go, how'd you guys meet? And they look at each other and they catch eyes and they go, met on Tinder. Met on Tinder. And I go, don't feel bad. Yeah, I don't feel bad about that.
I don't think people feel bad anymore.
I think sometimes people are a little ashamed when they meet on Tinder in particular, but they shouldn't be. There's nothing wrong with that. What I will tell you.
I met some crazy-ass people on Tinder.
I will tell you that there is a new sort of rejection of all of this, where people on dating apps have started to shrink off. The percentage of adults using dating apps has gone down.
According to my gay friend.
So that one is just still killing it. On a lot of these apps, the number of people, the number of adults, the percentage of adults on dating apps has gone from about 18% to about 15%. So there's been a slight drop off on these dating apps. And now people are saying, we want to go to better places to meet people. Where can I have that meet cute that will start off my relationship? That will give us
golf course.
The best chance possible. And I don't think this is the idea that some people think it is. But apparently one of the new spots that people are heading to try to meet somebody, to try to find a date, is, of all locations, Home Depot. Home Depot, all right? And ladies in particular are saying, stop finding men in the club. You go to Home Depot.
Can you help me get that 2x4, please?
To find better dating options. And some of the women are like, only me pretending like I need something and need some help in Home Depot. I have to look like I'm lost. Like, oh no, where do I go? Where am I supposed to go right now? This woman says, can't find a boyfriend, so I have to act lost at a Home Depot. And people are saying that you just like...
I am calling BS on that.
This woman?
For the TikToks.
Yeah. Yes, of course this woman did. She's like an influencer type. Of course she did. But the idea is you can meet somebody, start up a little convo about your at-home project you're working on. And, oh, you too are in need of the sprinkler section. PVC, isn't it weird? And then you start talking about stuff. And then the next thing you know...
You're banging.
Yeah. And then your story, your meet cute, is, oh, we met in the sprinkler aisle at Home Depot. And the people are swearing by it.
That was the only thing we had in common.
I don't know if... I think this is going to turn out bad for a lot of people. Like, if guys are just kind of posted up around Home Depot and trying to interact. Yeah, like, the ladies might not like the rando conversations in a Home Depot.
Especially when there's an employee there that is literally paid to help you find the things.
Yeah, and if you're trying to mix in and wear the same kind of gear that the employees wear,
I
it's
just
even
happen
more.
to have this orange vest on. What do you mean?
Oh, is that what you guys wear here? I didn't know. This, to me, I mean, I guess it could work, but it says, can you find love at Home Depot? Across TikTok, all real. Users are sharing videos of themselves entering Home Depot, apparently in search of a date. Ladies, this is your sign to stop finding these men at the club and go to your nearest Home Depot. Can't find a boyfriend, so I have to act lost at a Home Depot, somebody said. A lot of people are posting these, and they said this is the way to do it. Does this really work? Some TikTokers think that Home Depot may, in fact, be a good place to find a partner.
No Ace, no Lowe's?
And I guess you could say any like home, well, not home goods store, home repair store. Any kind of like home repair store.
Home improvement
store. Would you think that this would be a good place to find a date?
I don't know.
Shopping at Home Depot is the best place to shop. Shopping at Home Depot.
Yeah,
How does that exist? How is there a Home Depot song?
That was all you, dude.
You can sing it if you want, by the way. If you want to go around Home Depot looking for a date and sing the song. And shopping at Home Depot is the best place to shop. Shopping at Home Depot.
Yeah,
Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, indeed. Let us know.
Some people have brought it up in the chat already and said, well, only a certain kind of people go to Home Depot. Most
What kind of people?
Most of them are homeowners. So that doesn't always immediately mean single. Plenty of single people own homes, but or plenty of renters do projects, but not that many because if you're a renter, you want the landlord to be taking care of that stuff. That's part of the reason you're paying them.
Do you think maybe they're looking for a place to find, and I use this word loosely, but normal people? Like a normal person has their life together.
At a grocery store.
Sometimes I run into a lot of dumb people at the grocery store when I go. I find some dodos there. I do. But I feel like they're onto it with a person who shows up to Home Depot. There's a lot of green flags. The green flag is like you care about something that you want to fix. You have big enough of a brain that you can repair something yourself.
Sure.
There's some signs that you're giving off that I think are actually good, but if
you do it at the grocery store, you can scan their cart, kind of just give it a quick eye and see, is this person eating Hungry Man meals, or is this person actually buying raw ingredients and can form a meal?
It's a personality test.
Can you meet somebody through the Instacart shopper because you hate shopping?
Maybe. You might. It's going to be more direct.
Somebody said my ex-husband met his mistress at Home Depot. She was a cashier.
It works both ways.
2.
And shopping at Home Depot is the best place to shop. Shopping at Home Depot.
Yeah, ha.
I like yeah-ha, too.
Thank you.
Not a yee-haw, which might be expected. Yeah-ha.
Trademark.
Ryan says Hobby Lobby has the thirst traps. Yeah? All right. I mean, look, I want you guys to find
thirst
love.
traps. That's one way to put it.
That's what he's saying. Hobby Lobby has the thirst traps. You
better get ready for dates at church.
I don't mean to be the anti-Jay and Silent Bob here, but Hobby Lobby probably has some thirst traps that may not want to do what you want to do if you slip one past the goalie.
Do you think people who go into Hobby Lobby are all Christians or something?
Some of them.
It's Hobby Lobby. It's owned by a Christian family. It's people. No, it's people who are going there who like knickknacks, paddywhacks, and all that kind of stuff. That's who goes into a Hobby Lobby. People go in there because they want a little horse you can sit on and rock back and forth.
That's a rocking horse.
They want. You don't think that religious people would pick Hobby Lobby over a store that
loves gay people?
Does not.
Here's what I
not
think.
Owned by Christians.
Here's what I think. Okay. I think that if you look at Hobby Lobby and you take a snapshot of the store at any given time, the idea that most of those people are in there because of God is insane.
I get that.
They're there for deals. They're there for yarn. They're there for yarn.
God's yarn.
And rocking horses or whatever it is they might find at the establishment. Hobby Lobby, a better place? Let us know. Where's the secret place to find somebody not on one of these dating apps? Let us know your tips at thenewsjunkie.com or record your dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Okay. Quick break. When we come back, I like the Home Depot. Home Depot. Where's that? Why? What? Why?
I don't know, man, but I saved it.
All right. We got jury duty coming up. And
somebody said, Celine, there are a lot of sluts that eat Chick-fil-A.
It's true. You guys, just because a company is run by somebody.
I was going for a joke, and you derailed it.
Yeah.
Do you think the whole... No, Sabrina thinks it's all Christians there.
I was
she
going
thinks
with
they all
Celine's
hate
joke.
the gays.
I literally had nothing to do with that.
They all hate the gays.
Shut up.
Christians at the Hobby Lobby. Instead of just going there for a deal, which is what 99% of the people are. Do the people who go to the halal place, are they all praying toward Mecca? No.
I don't go to the halal place. Do you?
No, I will, and I have before.
Yeah, right. You would never.
I don't like Middle Eastern food. Is that the insult?
Time to go to break. C-Lane was the one that said the comment. You have to still say it's me. It's unreal.
C-Lane said a comment. You seem to be doubling down on
I
the
was
comment.
going along with the joke. I was helping him. I was alley-ooping.
Okay.
But you have to stop all of it and make your statement.
Yes, I don't understand jokes.
And I'm frozen. God damn it.
I'll fix it. Hang on.
Oh, she's frozen and mad.
I hit the frozen button.
It looks like a mid-sneeze.
That's what you're supposed to do in times like this. I stopped this from happening before on the stream.
You did it, and I look pissed.
I will fix it in a moment here. All right, there we go. Yes, I do not understand jokes. They are way too funny for me. I'm not equipped.
I'm glad you finally admitted it.
To lock in on those. I will one day be as hilariously aware as you and everybody else.
One can dream.
I hope to get there at some point. Either that or no. All right, quick break. When we come back, we will get into jury duty. We'll also get into the Superman updates that I was talking about. Then we'll get into the final hour of the show. We still have so many things to work in, and it's going to happen, I promise. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent.
The NBA Summer League in Las Vegas tips off today. The Magic debut tonight, taking on the Kings. Baseball, the Rays avoided a series sweep, taking down the Tigers, while the Marlins' 11-game road winning streak was snapped in a loss to the Reds. College football continues to close in. The Big 12 media days wrapping up. The SEC takes the spotlight next week. Florida will be represented by QB DJ Lagway, O-lineman Jake Slaughter, and D-lineman Caleb Banks. I'm Matt McCoy.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love.
Hey, everybody.
Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Featuring Grave Digger, Sparkle Smash, and more. Coming to Kia Center August 2nd and 3rd. Brought to you by BKT Tires, your local Ford dealers, and Morgan & Morgan. Tickets on sale now.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nichley Group can sell...
Secret show's confirmed, yes.
One missing sock.
Yes, secret show's confirmed.
On your home from the Nichley Group today. Visit thenichley.com.
So whoever posted that earlier. I just saw it. I'll work on the production computer after the show. I don't know why it's frozen twice. I don't know why it freezes on Sabrina's camera. It might not like her. I don't know. We're limited to the amount of pizza that we can get right now, even though there's a good deal, because of the amount of room that we have in our freezer, which seems like an unacceptable, untenable situation. Hang on.
Fellas, Russ Rollins here. Man, I feel so much better now that I got my testosterone all under control thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Listen, if you have, low T, you can start
All right.
free now.
Jesus. Hang on. 5,000 things going on at one time, as per usual during the show.
Listen, you'll gain muscle, lose fat, and lose that dad bod with testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. Guys.
Barbara says, where is Sweet Tanya? Moderator Sean, acknowledgement of Facebook would be some kind of wonderful. Jeez. What does that mean? What does that mean? What are you talking about? Chick-fil-A, my daughter worked there at age 15. A 22-year-old coworker was seeing her behind my back. What? Complained to the owner of the restaurant. The adult chasing my minor daughter was okay with him. Yikes. Gross.
With no startup fee, only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 from your cell phone.
You guys, don't roast Barb. Barb deserved better. Oh, the kind of pizzas? Right now, BOGO at Publix. Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian. Comes with a little mustache. That's fun. Those are so good, by the way. Get the buy one get one on. Screamin' Sicilian. Okay, jury duty I think is coming up next. I don't know, I'm sideways.
This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hey, Tinsley, why don't we use EasyCater to order food for staff lunches?
Because my 46-page acronym system is so easy.
Barbara says I'm chatter of the day over on Facebook. We'll see. We'll see. Remind me at the end of the show today.
Everyone's preferences and allergy information.
That's supposed to be simple?
No. Simple is Stephen, Irma, and Margie prefer
In all fairness, Barb, he ignores all of us eventually for the new shiny thing. No way. I don't ignore chat. I watch chat for a lot of the show. If I'm speaking extemporaneously, I don't always stare at chat because it will be distracting to my internal monologue that I'm externalizing.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat.
But mostly I watch.
Chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come.
Less than 2 minutes.
The risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit No Time to Wait.
Home run in pizza is fire too. I believe you. Barb being chatter of the day, it will never happen. Maybe. Maybe it could happen. All right, we're coming back.
Or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name Clay as the promo code at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
See things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio. The free iHeartRadio app.
Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you want the lowest price. With their lowest price guarantee, if you find a qualifying lower price on the same item, they'll match it. Price match applies to the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how they'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Okay.
Isn't that a funny name?
What about my electrical?
Pickleball.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, it's like miniature tennis.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work in your home, you need a trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve any dilemma. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening.
Anything happening in courtrooms, all the good court stuff, all the court drama that you need to know about. And we will open up that can of worms here in just a moment on the show. Hello to our podcast friends. We appreciate you. We appreciate you no matter how you listen to this show. Whether you're on one of our fine radio stations, whether you're here where we are in Orlando on Real Radio 104.1, you're in West Palm Beach on Real Radio 92.1, 101.7, down in Vero Beach, whether you're up in New York and Rochester, Albany, you are listening to the show, and that is enough for us. So thank you for being you, and thank you for being around, and come with us on a journey as we do this now. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 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 or go to justcallmo.com.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what we got going on there. We got the Epstein stuff. There's still people melting down over the Epstein stuff, which is kind of interesting because there's some people now who are like, well, we were told there was some really horrific stuff going on, and now all of a sudden we're told, like, hey, this is not happening anymore? Like, what happened? Obviously, when you tell people there's going to be a big to-do, there eventually will be somebody who goes, hey, there's not one here. Where's the there you were talking about? There's no bombshells.
We want the list.
Where's the list, right? So when everybody hears about the list and all your most hated politicians are all going to be on that list, then when you go, oh, guys, there was no list, then no, people are going to think, well, it's just still a conspiracy, right? Well, this will add to that fire. Jeffrey Epstein's hidden suicide note revealed by his former cellmate, this says, the story from Radar, who claims Jeffrey Epstein offered him cash to kill him and bashed his bunk during failed hanging attempt. All right, this is what somebody else who was like a former cellmate of Epstein is allegedly saying.
Bashed his bunk?
bashed his bunk is like the bunk beds that they had in the courtroom, I guess. I guess he tried to off himself, sewer slide style, and ended up like knocking the bunk over or something. This guy's name is Tartaglione. Tartaglione is his last name. And Nicholas Tartaglione is the guy who is speaking out on this. Former Westchester cop and convicted killer. He said he was with Epstein for a while. He said there was a suicide note left behind. He said, according to Tartaglione, the note allegedly said something. It sounds like a kind of pasta, but I'm sure it's not.
I have a tartaglione with steak and a little Alfredo sauce.
Sounds fancy. The note allegedly said something along the lines of, FBI looked into me for months and found nothing. What do you want me to do? Cry about it? Time to say goodbye. And then Epstein went, whoa! And that was it. So that they said the first time he tried to do it, he wrote that note. And then the second time, I guess that maybe there wasn't one. I don't know. He said the first sewer slide note was very similar to the other one. So he's saying this happened before. He said he didn't want to go on watch for this, so he blamed his bunkmate for attacking him. He apologized for blaming him. And he said once he was denied his bail, he decided he was going to do this to himself. He started asking things like, how do I make a noose? And he said, you're not doing that in this cell, Jeff. But Jeff did it.
Wow.
Or didn't. It depends on where you're at
but
on this whole thing. The guy was not in the cell at the time, I don't think. He said he wasn't murdered, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, he continues on with this whole story, but this is a guy who was allegedly in the cell.
Why are we
with
just
him.
hearing from this dude now?
I don't know. Seems like this could have come out a long time ago. But nobody's just happy with this story ending the way it does. There has to be, like, people going to prison. Because if you told me there was all sorts of illegal photos on his computer, well, then who's going to jail, man? Somebody better be going to jail. I got an email about this, too. They're like, if there were thousands of photos on this guy's computer, why isn't anybody going to jail? Look.
And Ghislaine has said nothing? Just completely silent?
She has actually been speaking out. And hang on, Maxwell.
Man, the former police officer, Nicholas Tartaglione, orchestrated the kidnapping and murders of 4 people.
Whoa.
Damn, bro.
And serving four consecutive life sentences for the 2016 quadruple murder.
Now there's a lot of chit-chat about Ghislaine Maxwell. Some biographer says Trump weighed pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't know if there's any truth to that. Then I guess
he wouldn't want to touch that with a 50-foot pole. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like
pardoning that woman.
Already, this is really bad. Like, I think like there is an absolute right-wing backlash over like, wait, hold on. You told us that there were all these serial predators and criminals. Is there not going to be anybody marched away in handcuffs?
Even J.D. Vance in an interview with who's the podcaster that likes to talk about cocaine all the time?
Theo Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn. Yeah, interview with Theo Vaughn. Mm-hmm. J.D. Vance is like, yeah, we need to release that list.
Yeah.
Refer to it as a list.
They said that they had it and like it's sitting on a desk. We're about to release it. We're going to show the public. But all of the time, these bombshells are just less than anticipated. It's time for, as we wrap up jury duty today, I got 2 rapid fire real quick stories to wrap it up. Our teacher of the day.
Teacher of the day.
Here she is. This is Alice Ashton. For those of you watching, you can always tune in on YouTube and Twitch. Alice Ashton. A former teacher is in trouble. She swore at pupils in the classroom. Oh. And danced the Macarena while under the influence of alcohol.
Every next lesson.
Which is like 90% of Macarenas, right? Yeah, that thing. It's 95% of Macarenas are done under the influence, I would think. A fitness to practice hearing was held for this teacher, Alice Ashton, who taught in Welshpool in the UK. They said that she had a 2023 drunk driving conviction before this all flipped on its head. And they said parents have raised concerns about her conduct. In the complaint, they looked at some CCTV footage. Students said that she smelled of alcohol, appeared under the influence of alcohol during their lessons, and used inappropriate language, including swearing.
Ooh.
They said they've heard from a girl who was taught twice a week for around 3 months.
Okay, one of the allegations I'm reading says she called the students slurs.
Okay, does it say what slurs? It says, as one of the students was sitting near the teacher's desk, pupil H said she noticed there was an alcohol smell coming from an Evian bottle, water bottle teacher, a vodka water bottle teacher. Pupil H added Miss Ashton was smiling and happy at the start of the lesson. Well, that doesn't mean she's drunk. The pupil also alleged she swore at the class as they became rowdy, putting her middle finger close to one boy's face and swearing at him. And
he was hammered.
Then they said when she was speaking to the class, it was described as a jumble of words. And then she stumbled and staggered as she leaned against the wall. So not doing well, this lady. It doesn't say anything about the thing you were talking about, Sealand, though. Like, I don't see if there was a slur.
There was I've never even heard of this Instagram account, Cop Calendar. It says teacher accused of chugging alcohol, making students dance, and calling them slurs. And then it starts the caption with worst teacher ever, ? Which you got to go, well, no, definitely not the worst teacher ever.
Yeah,
We've
come
got so
to America.
many worst teachers.
Yeah, this is a low bar if that's the worst teacher. I mean, she's just like slurring and doing the Macarena, for God's sake, in the classroom. It's a lot worse than that. All right, final story in jury duty is about an upcoming firing squad execution. Utah judge on Wednesday of this week set an execution date for a man with dementia, they say. Does he really have dementia? We'll find out. Who's been on death row for 37 years. Even as his lawyers file appeals and argue his condition is worsening. They said he's chosen firing squad as his method of execution. He'll become the 6th U.S. prisoner executed by firing squad since 1977. They said he has cognitive decline, and they're trying to get a reassessment of him. They ruled that he was consistently and rationally understanding that he was facing execution despite this decline, so they're not worried about it too much. And his attorneys say, we remain hopeful the courts of the Clemency Board will recognize the profound inhumanity of executing a man who's experiencing steep cognitive decline and significant memory loss. I would say, and I know this is controversial.
Imagine that day. He's like, I don't remember agreeing to this.
I would say, and I know this is controversial, but I would say I'm actually less put off by a dementia-ridden death row person than somebody who's not. They're saying like he understands why he's going to be put to death.
Does he though?
Half of the people being put to death don't even admit that they're guilty. So, I mean, what would that be in terms of like understanding that they were being punished for something? The guy who's got dementia is not even understanding half of what's going on. It would seem more reasonable and humane to kill that person on death row than the person who doesn't have dementia. Right? You're depriving them of more liberties, aren't you? Maybe I'm a lunatic here. Let me know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us your video or audio dispatch right now. When we come back, we'll get to Superman, another apology situation. It's coming into play. I, believe it or not, sent Sealand another video. I hate to have done this to you, Sealand, but there's another thing I wanted to explore that did have some curse words in it, the fight on the plane thing. So we'll try to work that in. We got a lot to squeeze into our final power hour on the show, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Real Radio Summer of Laughs continues with Night 2 of the Mount Dora Summer Night Series with Ryan Holmes from the Monsters in the Morning, July 12th. Details at realradio.fm/comedy.
There's a crash getting cleared up here on Colonial Drive where it meets Fair Villa Road. Traffic slowing down due to an accident on I-4 eastbound approaching John Young Parkway. Ongoing construction continues on Ponceatta Boulevard where it meets Bronson Highway. There's construction on Apopka Vineland Road heading southbound at Hotel Plaza Boulevard. I believe the right lane's only blocked now. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Good news, I-4 drivers. The Darrell Carter Parkway interchange is opening soon, bringing a new connection to I-4 and helping to ease congestion at nearby interchanges. Learn more at i4beyond.com/Darrell Carter.
Mortgage rates are heading down. Many people have loans in the 7s or even 8% range. And if you're one of them, you should explore the savings for refinance. Lower your payments or get cash out. But most importantly, work with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry by going to thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Millsair in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America? Thousands of hard-to-find Rolex watches, Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, all in perfect condition.
We scour the world to find only the most pristine, super clean watches. We only carry the creme de la creme.
And like everything else at IDC, these watches are at a price that's guaranteed to give you maximum value.
We price them to win the customer, not lose a customer.
International Diamond Center for pre-owned Rolexes, exquisite rare diamonds, premium designer jewelry, and exceptional white glove service.
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and online at shopidc.com.
Mecum Auctions returns to Kissimmee July 9th through 12th with 1,500 vehicles up for auction, including muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, hot rods, customs, and more. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. Become a bidder and get ready to bring home your dream car. Registration and tickets are available at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
That'll be 30 even.
That's 90 points! Sorry, that was a lot. Now that I'm getting 3 times the points on food and fuel with the Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card, I get a little too hyped sometimes.
Cool. Would you like your receipt?
In the bag!
Folks, the cameraman. Cameraman is falling off. Oh. Austin dropped off the cameraman. The cameraman is going to be captured on stream for the first time ever. So, meet the cameraman. Here he is. Usually very, very good at doing his job. Sometimes not quite as much. I don't know. I've got to try to get him on there. For now, he'll go down here. Oh boy. Fell in a bit. All right. When we come back, more Superman drama. Toughest job in Orlando? True. Everybody. Attention. Attention, please. Barbara on Facebook has just commented. We have a Barbara on Facebook comment. Barbara on Facebook has said, "Yikes, John." All right, I don't know the context of this, but everybody, let's reverberate this message to spread it further. Barbara on Facebook has posted, "Yikes, John." Everybody post "Yikes, John." Yikes, John, yikes, John, yikes, John. Yikes, John.
If you have symptoms, contact a doctor. I'm so glad I did. Visit NoTimeToWait.com, sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Yikes, John. Yikes, John. All right, we're coming back.
$15,000 in new impact windows from Breeze Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
31st. Invest in your home's future and get a free estimate at EustaceRoofing.com.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here. Hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new, and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. M-O-N-E-Y. Money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Like a car crash, you can't stop listening to. This is the News Junkie.
Thank you for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. Hang on, I just got to write a note. Otherwise, I'm going to forget something. Okay. All right. Good to go. All right. Join us on the show with your dispatches, your emails. There's a lot of those coming in. In fact, let's work in a couple real quick tips at thenewsjunkie.com on the food safety issue. Now, we were talking about how there is a big restaurant here locally, and they got dinged with one of these health code things. And they are the most viral local stories you could hope for. If you're a local TV outlet, you want the most popular local food restaurant, the most popular local restaurant, I should say. You want them to get dinged by the health inspectors.
Oh, have a field day, especially if it's a 4 or 5 star.
Mm-hmm. Everybody would talk
one
about
appetizer costs $30.
Uh-huh.
And then double down on what they got flagged for in the food inspection.
And people will go, I told you. I told you not to go there. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Heather emails the show. I most likely personally would not return to a restaurant with violations if they're significant, such as rodents and roaches. On a similar note, would you return to a restaurant or a restaurant chain after you or somebody you know had food poisoning there? Yes. I will tell you, Courtney has a place that she likes to go to. And I think she's gotten food poisoning from this item at least once, maybe twice. I think just once. One time she ate it and got food poisoning. Like immediately she started getting incredibly sick. It was definitely food poisoning. And she loves the item at this place so much.
Willing to give it a second chance.
She not only has she been willing to give it a second chance, she still goes as much as she possibly can. She loves this food item. And it's an item that's also loved by a lot of celebrity chefs that come into town.
Is this a place that you go together?
I'll text you.
I already have an idea when you said that.
I have an idea too.
Say it in my headphones, and I'll tell you if it's the right place. No. It's this place right here, and she absolutely loves one of the items that they have, even though she got sick and had absolute food poisoning, like
Chuck
completely
E. Cheese?
KO'd her. Not Chuck E. Cheese. We're not allowed to go there without a kid.
That's a fun autocorrect, actually.
Wait, is that what it said? Oh, no. Oh, okay. That's not what I said. All right.
So that place, though,
you know,
I would also go back.
Yeah.
If I ended up having vomits or diarrhea.
She's a mega fan, as are a lot of people, of a veggie burger that they have, which is just like legendary status. And she loves it so much that even though it made her sick one time, she has gone back and had the same damn thing.
I don't think that there's been a restaurant that I have just stopped eating at for reasons like that. And I also have I don't have a whole lot of like high scruples for what I would go to eat at. Like I went to a seafood buffet, like a really ratty looking one a couple weeks ago. It was delicious.
And if you did get sick at a place like that, would you go back or would you forever rule it out?
If it was that place, I might think twice about it. But Not everything there was seafood. It was an Asian place.
Yeah. Is it a place that's...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know what place you're talking about. Yeah, you mentioned this.
And they have the seafood just sitting out?
Just hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Just hanging out there. I was banned for a joke. Says, wait till Sean finds out health inspections are public information. What?
Whoa. Wait a second.
About every establishment has violations and or repeat offenses. Are you... What? No.
You can just read them whenever?
No.
Can we double check that, please?
I don't believe you, sir. No. What you're saying is of such high intellectual capacity, it can't flow through me and into the microphone. I can't even process it.
You want me to dump that, Sean?
We'll just have to leave it as is. It'll be a dummy moment for me. I am not smart enough to convey that message to you, the listener. I'm so sorry, but I'm just not able to do it.
Wait for it.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. This person says, my daughter had a poisoning situation at a Chipotle a little over a week ago. I do not plan on patronizing any of them in the future. What's the app you use to check health code grades? Well, as far as I'm aware, these health code violations are exclusive and impossible to access.
I think you have to pay like a pretty hefty fee.
Yeah. You go to a little website called foodmillionaire.com. And if you can pass, you got to like upload your tax documents. If you have enough money, they will let you in on the situation. All right. So that's the way you would know. Yeah. I mean, I look, I'm not in. No.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
said yeah immediately.
No, I'm not suggesting I'm in. All right. I'm not suggesting I'm in. I'm just suggesting I'm not smart enough to be aware of any of this at all.
But you are rich enough.
No, I'm poor. Here is Cheryl with an email. Cheryl says, hi, junkies. In North Carolina, it's posted on the restaurant wall with a 1 to 100 score inside and in the drive-thru. It looks like a report card for the Department of AG. 90 to 100 is an A, 89 to 80 is a B, and on down the line.
Is there a grading curve?
No.
C is passing?
If all the restaurants are also failing, can we...
Do you have to post it, I wonder?
Yeah, in some places you do. It depends on what state and city you are and stuff. No thank you if they ever get a C. If you buy food at Walmart, know that as store manager for 10 years, I've seen the following. The bird guy comes in at night and shoots them while the key carrier is outside. I've personally seen rats, roaches, fruit flies, and all manner of pests caught. I'll tell you what I saw that I was never aware of, and this is because I am so dumb. I'm barely able to function. They just let me drive. They let me start driving a couple of weeks ago, which I've informed everybody is a terrible idea. I only have a 14 IQ, so it's very, very hard for me to even formulate these sentences. I didn't know this was a thing, but that's not surprising to you. I went to Publix the other day, and at the grocery store, it was near closing time. I had not been close to closing time at the grocery store in a while, but I was not aware. It makes sense afterwards. There's a guy that goes around with a little shop vac, and he the flies that are going around the food, he just
sucks
shop
them?
vacs. Yeah, he sucks the flies like out of midair. And
That's a wild ride for a fly.
And he's just grabbing them all. Like uses a shop vac in this little thing that he brings around with him, and he gets those. You can't get away from that. There's going to be fruit flies and stuff at a place like that. It's going to happen. And I don't even know if ideally, I wouldn't be for the grades going in the windows of these restaurants or going into like on the wall of the restaurants. And here's why. I don't think it's always fair. I think sometimes the person who's doing these inspections goes bananas and wants like revenge and stuff. And I think sometimes you can really hurt a small business for, like C-Lane said, sometimes you might see that they got a C, but then when you look at the violations that are stacking up, they're really like little nitpicking things.
And you got that one inspector who's just going to look at every single square inch of that place just to find something.
So I like if when it comes to putting on the window or putting on the wall, I'm less for that. I don't want to crush these little small businesses. I don't want them to get harmed by this. I would rather it be available online if that was a thing. I don't think you're able to. I think it's private information. But if it was available online, I would very much be for that. Though not smart enough to click the link. And I would also want, and I've said this to Courtney the other day, I want all of the calories that they put on menus, make them do that, but only online. So it doesn't ruin my experience when I'm looking at the barbecue burger and it's got onion rings on top. And I said, this sounds fantastic. But then I see the calories right next to it. I want it to be able to be there. I want it to be like accessible, but not just forced down my throat. I don't want that. All right. Let's see here. What do we got for you? More about Superman. We'll get to that momentarily here on the show. Over to you. Let's work in a dispatch or two. Here is the DJ Smirker with a dispatch. Hello?
Hey, I was waiting for these guys to get off the green, and a guy behind us hit right like 20 feet from me.
Oh, the golf
I picked
course.
up the ball. I threw it in the pond. Son of a bitch. And he said, hey, what'd you do that for? I'm waiting. So he called me names, and I called him son. Then he left.
Damn.
Jerk.
Ripped him. I called him a jerk at the end, too.
Good story.
All right. He said,
Can we hear that one more time?
I'm not going to play it again. I threw his golf ball in the water. And
he said,
then,
hey, why'd you do that? And
son of a bitch.
He called him names, and then he said he called him son. And then he said jerk afterwards. Let's see here. Here is DJ Roxy Fox, another DJ. Redeem it.
There's no reason for anybody to get upset about her comment. Yeah, she made a mistake. Whoopsie daisy, that's forgivable. What's unforgivable is the Panda Express on John Young and Sandwich. Sir, at the window, you forgot my straw. Not just a straw. That would have been fine. But you forgot my fortune cookie. I was looking forward to that.
Oh, man.
Unforgivable,
you absolute moron.
So
Anyway,
insults
have a
were
good day,
better
guys.
for this DJ.
Yeah, it is more mad about a very simple thing.
Jerk.
Hot take. Fortune cookies are garbage. The worst little snack type thing you could ever have.
I think they're
so gross. And at Panda Express in particular, I like Panda Express. Okay, I'm all right with them. But the fortune cookies, not only are they not good, all of them are not good. No fortune cookies are
Are you
good.
talking about the fortune inside or the cookie itself?
Both. The cookie, it's not a cookie in any stretch of the imagination. It's one step above cardboard. In fact, if somebody came to me and said, Sean, I would like you to invent something that is food grade and you could also wrap gifts in it, I would say whatever fortune cookies are made out of.
They have a sweetness to it.
You could put it together.
Don't you like cottage cheese?
Yes.
That tastes like nothing.
You add stuff to it.
I don't think it tastes like nothing necessarily. I mean, I get something out of it, and I put a boatload of pepper on top. But I
like
think they're
garlic,
gross.
salt, and dill.
And the ones that Panda Express gets, I don't know where they get them from. China, somewhere, I'm sure.
I don't think fortune cookies are Chinese.
They're not even a fortune. The Panda Express ones are just
very
like
inexpensive, I believe. Buy them by the bulk.
your day is meant to be great. Or like one sentence of nonsensical gibberish. It's not good. It's not good, everybody.
Something great will happen to you in the future.
I even want, like, even if it was bad news, as long as it's more specific.
I had one that was bittersweet once.
What did it say?
I think I told you guys about
You're
it like
gonna
years
die
ago.
soon.
No, bittersweet.
Sorry.
It's got the sweet part's got to be there. It said, you will inherit a large sum of money.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
oh.
I was focusing on the large sum of money part. I was like, wait.
Not every family member will be happy about this. There's somebody who is not going to make it through that, unfortunately. Did that happen afterwards?
No, still
God.
waiting.
See, garbage. That's what I'm saying about this stuff. Absolute garbage. All right, we'll hold the rest of these dispatches probably until the final dispatches today. Tim is emailing. He's saying, I don't know if you know this, but you can actually search for any restaurant reports. They are actual public information. Anybody can look these. No, I don't think so.
Brian Wilson all over again.
Nice try, Tim. Not clicking that link. I know that's a lie. Ain't happening,
Probably
okay?
meat spin. That's how you get meat spin.
I'm not clicking the meat spin link. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the new drama around Superman, because why not? And is Superman going to beat predictions at the box office? How will we know if it's a flop or if it's a victory for the Superman peeps? We will go over all of this and the new drama around it. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's piling up on I-4 westbound before St. John's River Bridge due to an accident blocking multiple lanes there. There's a crash getting cleared up here on I-4 westbound at Central Florida Parkway. The left lane's blocked. An accident's reported on Colonial Drive where it meets Fairvilla Road, and all lanes are blocked on 1792 southbound at Laura Street. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Hey, fellas, Russ Rollins here. Man, I feel so much better now that I got my testosterone all under control thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Listen, if you have, low T, you can start for free now with Red Mountain Weight Loss. For a limited time, they're going to waive the startup fee. How cool is that? Listen, you'll gain muscle, lose fat, and lose that dad bod with testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. Guys, real testosterone is available only by prescription, so go to Red Mountain Weight Loss to get yours. If you feel sluggish, if you lose focus all the time, if you have trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. Truth is, men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads did. That's terrible. Listen, they can help you with that. Increase your testosterone, have more energy, build muscle mass, and you're going to sleep a whole lot better. It improves your mental focus, also improve your sex drive. That's a game changer. It really is. Save $200 for a limited time and start your testosterone therapy with no startup fee only at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 from your cell phone and say the keyword Red Mountain.
It's the Freedom Sale at Greenway Kia, where Central Florida's largest Kia inventory is tariff-free and marked down thousands off MSRP. Make your summer extra hot in a new 2025 Kia K4 LXS. Lease it for just $119 a month, 24 months, $36.25 due at signing, and 0 security deposit. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Kia. Click or visit greenwaykias.com today.
Qualified applicants, DKFA, excludes 650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 8/15/25.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are 2 very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Mecum Auctions returns to Kissimmee July 9th through 12th with 1,500 vehicles up for auction, including muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, hot rods, customs, and more. Join us for the fun, fast-paced, high-energy Mecum experience. For avid collectors, first-time buyers, and enthusiasts of all ages, there's something for everyone. Become a bidder and get ready to bring home your dream car. Registration and tickets are available at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Millsair in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit Millsair.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like iHeart Comedy. Clips from today's top comedians.
I didn't learn about countries in school. I learned about Tennessee. I learned about the states that touched us in case they attacked.
And the greatest of all time.
So don't even tell me how to get to Sesame Street. Who would want to live in a neighborhood like that? 6-foot pigeons walking around?
Try something different. iHeart Comedy.
Women are gatherers. We like to gather information about you, and then we hunt you.
Open the app and make iHeart Comedy a preset now.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to
in the power hour here of the show as we get ready to wrap things up. The show's called The News Junkie if you're new around here, and you can learn about myself, Sabrina Seelane, and everything to do with the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. Seelane is censor crazy today, and one of the things that I had seen out there that I wanted to talk about was this fight on a plane.
Ooh.
And the woman who was responsible for this fight, I think you could say, real annoying bitch. Real obnoxious type.
Yeah, this one I actually watched.
She decided to do the trick where when the plane stops, instead of respecting everybody and staying in your seat and then each row goes, she just launches herself right down the middle as fast as she can and starts just like starting little fights with everybody around her. And I guess she dropped at some point that she was a lawyer, so she was trying to like demean everybody else. Like you're all dumb and I'm smart.
She dropped that she was a lawyer because somebody insulted her, and so she needed an edge, and she was trying to say something like that they got their wording wrong, or they called her racist, but she goes, well, it's not racism, it's xenophobe or something like that.
Wait, she was admitting to it?
Something.
I'm not a racist, I'm a xenophobe. You've got it wrong. That's explaining, and explaining is losing sometimes.
Most of the time.
Let's go through it. Here we go. It's a fight on this flight, and the woman who says she's a lawyer is pretty infuriating. Let's go to her.
Right now, why don't you shut your mouth?
Shut your mouth.
What's wrong with you? Get up. That's how we do it. Oh, my God. You're all whiny for no reason.
Where you going? Let the people go.
Wow. I hold get up when you want to.
She goes, you get up when you want to.
And a screaming baby.
This is the type of person who has reinvented all of the rules for themselves. You go, no, what we do on a plane is everybody waits. Then when your row comes up, you quickly get your stuff out of the overhead bins and you get off the plane and we deboard. She goes, nah, you get up when you want to.
That's
you
right.
Go,
look at the manual.
All right, you've determined this yourself, and so we all just listen to whatever you're saying? No, you're a pain in the ass.
You're just a Karen, and that's just the way it is.
You're a Karen, and that's the way it is.
Deal with it, people. My God.
I love this. I want to say this. I want to cause a big uproar in public and then drop that line. I love that. Just deal with it, people. Oh, my God. Like, there's something fantastic about causing a scene. Everybody gets annoyed at you causing a scene. You're like, folks, just deal with it.
This is not your first rodeo. Come on.
You guys have dealt with annoying people before. What are you whining about?
Just deal with it, people. My God. Why don't you all shut up?
Why don't you all shut up?
Affecting any of you.
This guy from New York,
he's my favorite.
Karen.
You guys are so funny. You're the Karens about it because you're the ones who are making noise. Nobody's bothering you. It's not even if you're. I'm sorry. Do you have my permission to record me?
Oh, you're an attorney. Why is it so many attorneys that drop that line? I'm sorry. Do you have permission to record me in public?
She says. She even says in public. The place where you can record people.
I want you to know, everybody out there, we don't have an apology from her, so I don't know whether I should accept the apology or not accept the apology yet. But everybody who is a client of this woman or a prospective client, leave. If she's an attorney and do you have my permission to record me in public? She is a dummy. She is not smart enough to be representing you because she doesn't understand the law.
A dummy with confidence, though.
Very much with confidence. And she continues to go down this aisle and just start little fights. Oh, you just cursed. Okay. Wait, hold on. Don't worry about it. This is censored. I forgot it was censored and I saw that she was going to curse and I freaked out.
It's public.
Shut the F up.
Yep. Because you've never said one. I can tell you have. Oh, yes.
All right. This is one of my favorite parts. I'll explain to everybody who's just listening and not following along perfectly. The woman said, shut the F up. And somebody goes, F-bombs. F-bombs. And she's looking around the people next to her. And she goes, oh, like you've never said the F word. And she looks to one of the guys. She goes, I heard your accent earlier. Like, I know you have definitely said the F word.
And that's what causes somebody to call her racist.
Yeah, I don't know why this was like the tripping mechanism for this woman who nearby is like, wait just a second.
Given your accent, I can tell you said the F-bomb.
You can be a jerk. No, you're not going to insult someone because of an accent. We're not doing that. Don't put your finger at me. Okay?
This is a low IQ human being.
Yeah, it is.
You ain't going to change this.
Love when they say ain't and they talk about low IQ.
Oh,
I'm in a doctoral program.
This is the dumbest discussion ever. Somebody said.
Now this one's I'm in a doctoral program, which is very interesting.
The guy said she's a low IQ person, which true. She does seem like a pretty low IQ person, sir. And he's right to say, like, don't waste your breath. This ain't gonna pan out. And she goes, ain't. Huh. He said that I'm a low IQ, and he said ain't. And then the lady was like, I'm in a doctoral program, and I use the word ain't. And I'm going, I don't like any of you anymore now.
Now I'm going to cry just as hard as that baby.
This is everyone's the a-hole kind of situation.
Yeah.
And it's the funny part is there was only one part of this where I kind of wanted to take the Karen side, but she's so awful that I can't bring myself to do it. But when she said, oh, like you've never said the F word before, like that's where I go, yeah, 100%. 100%. You've definitely said it before.
What's the thing of saying like the guy with the southern accent has said the F word before?
No, the New York accent.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I thought she was pointing at some guy with like a southern accent.
I think she's talking to the guy who was like, Karen. He's you're a Karen.
And so the idea is that like New Yorkers, every New Yorker said the F word.
That's her idea. Yeah.
I mean, hasn't everybody said the F word?
Well, yes.
I'll say right now.
No.
Go for it.
Friends.
No. We can't do that. We do have some
I know.
limited rules around here. Let's see what they say to wrap this thing up.
Oh, wow, that's a big deal. I'm a lawyer and I don't say ain't.
Okay, by the way, she was trying to look cool there, the lady who's starting all this nonsense, and she was like nodding her head, and it knocked her glasses off of the top of her head down onto her face, and she tried to pull it off like she did it on purpose. Just in case you're watching. Right here.
Oh, wow, that's a big deal. I'm a lawyer and I don't say ain't. Really racist.
Do you even know what the word racist means? Wait, you're white. Because that's racist. Maybe xenophobic.
What a nightmare flight.
Accent.
Yeah.
Maybe get the vocabulary right. When we get off this plane, I'll meet you out there with my bar card.
All right, okay, we have to stop.
I'll meet you out there with my what?
Bar card.
My bar card. But at some point there, it was a kid. It was a little kid. It was like, she's a racist. And she goes, do you even know what racist means? It's xenophobic. And it's like, are you admitting to being the second thing? Number one. And number two, are you fighting with little kids now? What? I just wanted to fly. That's it. I just want to fly.
These people have done that part. What you want, what you tell you, what you want.
That's the same thing. Put your arms
around me, baby. Put your arms around me, baby. Okay. There it is. You can side with who you like. I wish the plane blew up midair.
Okay.
I wish the whole thing just into
I don't think
smithereens.
everyone else has to die. There's a whole half of the plane that had nothing to do with it.
I can't tell if they're good or bad back there, though. You know, so like I can't tell what the correct outcome is in this circumstance. Superman, when the movie comes out, we'll see super woke or Superman. We'll find out if the film does well based on how much it comes in. If you see that Superman makes this weekend about $120, $120 million, or $130 million, the movie has done well. If it makes any more than $120 or $130 million, success, big fat success. If it makes around like $110 or $100 million, still good. If it falls to like 80 million or lower,
that's not bad.
Not great for Superman. Not great if it falls to 80 million or lower. So that will be like, hey, the talk of Superman being super woke has had some sort of financial impact on this. Anything over $120 million is probably a sign that things are going well. Around $100 million would be a sign that, okay, not too bad. Below $100 million and around 80 million would be a sign that there's some sort of fallout and Superman is getting way less than they expected it to get at the box office. There's more and more bad reviews, but good reviews too. It's like I'm seeing all over the place. This one's not great.
Do we know what it's going up against? Like, is there anything else dropping this weekend that could be a kryptonite for this movie?
Nice.
You still have Jurassic Park, obviously.
Yeah,
that wasn't doing well.
It's doing well, but not well.
I think it's doing better than we thought it would do.
Well, it's doing well, but it's not doing as good as it could for Jurassic Park. That's the thing. Like, it could really be kicking
here we go.
ass.
Opening Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Aquan Key Gusta. Key.
Excuse me?
Oh, Superman's so screwed.
Abraham's Boys, Amongst the Wolves. Before we forget, these are all movies I've never heard of. Don't log off. And I'm frozen again.
Why is it always freezing on her? That's very weird. Okay, don't worry, I got it. Go ahead.
Singing in My Sleep, Skill House, Soft Serve Romance. I'm guessing this is not opening everywhere.
No, those seem to be smaller
I know what you
movies.
did last summer.
Yeah, that one I want to see. That's the reboot I want to see. I'm here for that one.
It's a reboot?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I
St.
believe.
Clair?
I don't know. But is Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Oh, buddy. No.
What does this mean?
He wanted to say...
It's not her name. That's what some people say, but that is not her name. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I wonder if she'll be coming back in some sort of capacity like the parents of the kids who are being... I know what you did last summer in this one. That's what they did with
I will
He's All
never
That.
call her anything else again.
All right, quick break. When we come back, here's what we're doing. We're doing the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Just Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast, and today we'll see the return of some afternoon showers and storms, about a 40 to 50% chance. Do plan for frequent lightning and heavy downpours as these pass through. Temperatures will also be very hot and humid. Plan for a high of 94 degrees today in Orlando, but feeling closer to the low 100s. In fact, we'll be dealing with the heat, humidity, and thunderstorm chances all the way into the weekend. Higher chances of rain, though, as we head into Saturday and Sunday, up to a 70% chance. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Summertime is here. Oh, Hoagie Fest. Here I come. Hoagie Fest. Hoagie Fest. Yeah, Wawa's got the hoagies and I'm gonna get me some. Hoagie Fest. Hoagie Fest.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here, and it's the summer of sandwiches. We're mixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under. Savor a summer of savings.
Hoagie Fest. Here I come.
Gotta have a Wawa.
I'm John.
Hey, rate the show, rate the show, rate the show, rate the show out of 10. I'll be over there in a moment. Eight 8.9. Rate the show, rate the show. A 1. A 1. Yikes. Yeah, that is low. That's kind of brutal. All right, I'm going to go grab Today I Learned. I'll be right back. Don't make fun of me. I have to jump through the door so that the camera doesn't get stuck on the ticker. Who's our chatter of the day?
Here's what you do. The great people at Like Imaging FLA are giving you a free heart scan. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected to Second. You have the option of receiving one-time
9.1, but I had to step out for a bit and make some calls. That was when the bad stuff happened. By the way, the two people have redeemed the divots. There is literally one last divot sticker for Twitch subs to claim. One final divot sticker to claim. Bootsy says I just redeemed one. If you just redeemed one and emailed me, that will be the final one. That will be no more. And then Twitch mods. I don't know. Do I have to take that down? I think I do. Says out of stock? Perfect. No. You will have to do it? Great. Okay. Good news and bad news. All right. I'll do it after the show.
All the
And who's our chatter of the day? Barbara? Oh, Barbara is our chatter of the day. Congratulations, Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. Good job. Everybody say goodbye to our cameraman. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching. Nice guy. Fucks up his job sometimes. And a goodbye to all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Take another moment if you haven't done it and hit the like button. It would be greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed the show, even just one moment of it, hit that like button over on YouTube. Please subscribe if you're new around here. Thanks for hanging out, and we hope you'll show up each day for the live stream. And there's a lot more in the world of the News Junkie to discover, but good to have you on board. All right, let's wrap it up, folks. Cameraman, take the rest of the day off.
Small fixes to big upgrades. eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Summertime is here, oh, Hoagie Fest, here I come. Hoagie Fest, Hoagie Fest. Yeah, Wawa's got the hoagies, and I'm gonna get me some. Hoagie Fest, Hoagie Fest.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is here, and it's the summer of sandwiches. We're mixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under. Savor a summer of savings.
Hoagie Fest, here I come.
Gotta have a Wawa.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected's never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is the...
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We do appreciate you. You can learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. We're done. It's time to just blaze our way out of here today.
All right, we're done. See ya.
We're done. See you later. Is there anything we have to do on the way out? Oh, did you guys ever drink that? Somebody brought you like a whole to-do alcohol-wise, which seems nice.
As part of Taste of Orlando that's going on this week.
Taste Central Florida.
Taste Central Florida. The Modern stopped by and gave an entire kit to make an old-fashioned, which includes this wood thing.
It's a coaster.
To cover it up. Then this, it's a scented wick of some sort. Then I have this blowtorch that I have to smoke it out and everything.
Why do I feel like C-Lane should be describing what all of this stuff actually does?
Go to the Real Radio Instagram page.
Legend Bourbon Amaro, toasted rice tea syrup, orange bitters, Japanese pickled plum vinegar. Place the spiced wick on the wooden coaster and light it with the butane torch. Snuff the flame out with a rocks glass and allow smoke to farm.
All right,
Turn
this
the
right
glass
here?
right up and drinks it.
All right.
This was me making it last night. The Modern to
really?
restaurants featured in Taste Central Florida this Saturday at Orlando World Marriott, hosted by Jim Colbert and Janet from XL 1067. You can join them and taste all these great food and cocktail. Oh, that's a lot of liquor. Delicious. It's a cocktail. It's a pre-made cocktail.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, for a great cause. Check it out. Bye. There are a lot of restaurants, like too many to name, that are part of this thing that's going on Saturday.
Good food.
Yeah, the food from the Modern was real good. Unfortunately, Sabrina's, somebody stole the meat skewers from hers.
Yeah, they did.
Really?
But the rice was delicious.
It was good stuff, though.
I haven't been there. That
was
sounds
you that
good.
stole the meat?
It was not me that stole the meat.
You know who stole the meat?
I have no clue who stole the meat.
Thank you to the Modern. Appreciate you bringing that
Great
through. That's
folks
very
over
nice.
there.
Everybody, good luck at the event. It's the Taste of...
Taste Central Florida or tastecfl.org.
Very nice. Okay.
I'm making this tonight.
I don't think we're going to have enough time for any dispatches here, which I hate to do to you folks. I do. And I didn't even get into the Love Island drama and the apologies there because...
Her apology was something else, huh?
Well, I saw it. It looked fine to me. It looked much like the doctor one that we did earlier.
Accepted or rejected?
I accept it.
All
I
right.
accept all these apologies as long as they seem like legit apologies. I think that people, should be able to apologize for stuff. If they screw up again, or if it comes out that they weren't really sorry, then screw them and burn them to the ground. But I don't know if we have that in this situation. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Boom, pow, pow, bang, 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 smack. That's how you
Hey,
really
why are you
fight
doing
somebody.
that, bud?
If you're getting a golf fight on. That'll bring us to our final Today I Learned song of the day. Today I learned this guy right here. That's right. Elton John went to Jamaica with his crew and some friends to record a new album. They got to the recording studio, and it was such low-quality equipment that it started several fights. This was the only song they recorded in Jamaica.
Elton
Saturday
John.
nights, all right, for fighting, in parentheses. And it's a good one. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow. Same time, same